Too many concurrent sessions. Try closing other recording software sessions.
I'm literally getting.
Are you serious?
I literally just started getting.
This has never been a problem before. Okay. What the fuck?
I called you at 3:11. It's 3:22 right now.
I can't record.
Damn, my phone really is behind. I'm so mad about my car.
What in the actual?
Oh, did you look at the thing I sent you? The two little rats? Because you said you want to get matching tattoos? We can do the Disco Elysium thing, or you can have a mouse with an AK, and I can have Glocks.
Yeah. I did look at them. I'm gonna look at them again. Yeah, that's probably better than the Disco Elysium one. I'll get the AK.
Alright. We'll figure out something. We don't have to do mouses. We can do something else, too.
Nah, I think the mouses are good, honestly.
Yeah? I was gonna say, because for some reason, all the folk music we listen to, it's like, Pat the Bunny this. AJJ has a bunny on his cover. Friggin'. there's bunnies everywhere.
We could do bunnies. That might work better for us, yeah.
Yeah. That way it has a little meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Besides a mouse with an AK. With the what's that hat that the cold hat you wear? What is it called?
Ushanka.
Yeah, I have a mouse with a pachanka and an AK.
Literally me right now. OMG. Are we live, Heavy?
Yeah, we are.
Have we been live?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah. Like a minute? A little bit, yeah.
How do I turn the video thing on so I can like see it in on the TV?
Oh, I gotta copy and paste it over there. I totally forgot about that.
I think you just enter Heavy's Twitch, and I think you enter Heavy's Twitch.
Yeah, I can do that in a second.
Oh, I should watch Heavy's Twitch on my computer so he has average followers. That's what I do for Nate sometimes.
I'm gonna watch on my phone and mute it to boost it.
Yep, I agree.
Where is okay? It's Rei. So this recording software is like you can't record because you have Windows 10 recording already or NVIDIA recording already, and never had this problem before. and now it's like, hey, introducing problems. So
I love how you have your Pokemon Arceus picture as the starting screen soon. I love
you know
that
how
so
many
much.
messages I got because of that video game when I was on the ship? Everyone, because there's someone in the there's someone like 5, because there's someone in the game named Ray, and they were like, "Get out of my game, Ray! What are you doing in here?"
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rely on Twitch. We're gonna hope Twitch saves this video afterwards. Should, and then I'll just download it and send it to you. Yeah.
Please.
All right.
So the reason why
on YouTube.
Yeah, I am put it on YouTube.
All right, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for you because I downloaded. So I have YouTube Premium, right? So I downloaded the videos.
Me too.
So like, I downloaded the streams, like the cast. What is it called?
The Redcast, yeah, the podcast, yeah.
That's the word. The Redcast. The Redcast. Well, I think the one we did was called the Shitcast because we kept talking about, because Snow and
of course,
and our sponsorships with our, I'm not gonna say anything bad because I know Heavy got some legit streaming stuff going on now, but yeah, that was a good times. But yeah, dude, I easily watched that thing. I'm not even playing. It got to the point on the ship where like, cause Spotify deletes your music after like a month of not having internet. If you don't set your phone back, like
really?
time, change it. Yeah, because it's like 30 days, your subscription's probably not paid for, and so it resets. It blocks your music. So I would literally just lay in bed and I would just listen to all of us just shit talking for it. Yeah.
YouTube Premium is honestly worth the money.
It really is.
Just so that you can download videos for when you don't have internet connection.
It really is.
So
it's
worth.
amazing.
It is so worth. People make fun of me on stream when they see the premium logo.
Oh, fuck that, dude. No, premium is too nice. Premium is way too nice. Are you kidding me? Yeah, fuck out of here. I got a whole family plan. I got like 5 other people on my shit, yo.
Oh, shit.
I'm not fucking around with this.
Yo, heavy. How close are you to getting affiliate?
Not close at all. Only have 44 followers. I am not close.
That's close, heavy. That's close. You only need 50
That is
followers
really close.
to get affiliate.
Yeah, but you also have to like have all the streaming in part 2, right? You have to be like certain hours.
Okay, you need to average. Yes, you need to stream a certain amount of hours and all that. Which I stream almost every fucking night.
Yeah, so
I'm such a fucking loser.
You do.
But you need to average 3 viewers per stream is the other big one. And I think for affiliate it's literally just like 8 hours a month required. So that's not too difficult. Yeah.
I'm gonna start my stuff.
Partner is more. But for affiliate you just need 8 hours a month. And you need to average 3 viewers.
Yeah.
And 50 followers.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna do that.
I'm doing 4-hour streams a night, motherfucker.
Yo, yesterday he easily streamed for like 8 hours the other day. Easily.
No, well, yes. On Sunday I did. On Sunday I
Yeah.
streamed 7 to 8 hours. It was a good stream. Actually, I averaged 3 viewers for a full 8-hour stream, and I was so surprised by that. Like that's what gives me hope that I'll be able to get affiliate.
Oh, you will. No.
All right, we can start now. Oh yeah, wait, gotta put this in there, don't I?
Oh, okay.
And I'm lagging like a motherfucker. It makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense.
Not popular yet. We're all so relatable and funny. I crashed my fucking car 20 minutes ago.
Oh god. Please just. Sorry, I'm lagging like hard right now, so.
Oof, it's the streaming.
Oh yeah.
This is eating up your CPU.
Streaming VR chat. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, just kill a
Not
PC
only
on
are
his
you
own.
You're streaming from a 3rd higher resolution screen that's attached to your face.
Yep. I got a TV connected, got a fucking 4K monitor. Both are 4K actually. And now these.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't green.
I can switch avatars. This one is kind of not great.
I got the files for this one. I'm so excited. I love this.
As long as stream is going pretty smooth, then I'm fine. But if stream is lagging and I'm lagging, then.
Yo, Lucid is still. Oh, it's Lucid.
Hey, my boy
I haven't
Lucy.
seen Lucid since our last stream. The last time we did this was.
You still in start? I know I'm still in starting soon. I'm trying to fix other stuff and I can't figure out how to separate the audio. So you're just listening to everything.
I'm gonna watch on my phone.
Size of your
It doesn't-
fist.
Hey, keep on loving and keep on laughing.
Keep on fighting. It's fighting.
You know what makes songs so good is that
Hold on.
I don't sing that song, so I can sing it however I want. No, I'm just fine.
Okay.
We gotta write a folk song though. It's fine.
We did.
Turned into a freaking frog. I got everything stolen from me. My race got enslaved.
Your party and your DM just fucking hate you, it sounds like. For being a cat.
Yeah. And this is a new party too. The last time I played back in Kirinoki, like Greens and stuff, I was a cat and we're going to like go invade it and shit. And
Okay, there we go.
we like put on these robes, like we jump these 3 people, and we're like, all right, we'll use the teleportation magic and go to where the ceremony is supposed to be taking place. But the problem was there was only 3 robes and there's 5 people in the party, so they ended up just like our dragonborn.
That's so super over-representative of rogues. I hope you know.
Oh god.
Not supposed to have
Yeah,
3
yeah.
rogues and a 5.
Can you guys see Scream up on there or no?
Yeah, I
Huh?
see it. I see
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I see it.
It's,
No,
still, it's still on starting soon.
I said robe.
As it should be.
A robe.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I thought you
for the
said
cult.
rogue.
Yeah, I was playing rogue,
Alright.
and they're like, here, just do your transportation magic.
Man,
Threw
after a
me in the
much
back,
fucking delay,
put me on this
we're
dragon.
finally on stream here. Holy. Oh man.
Jinx.
Our insane ramblings have been picked up this entire time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awesome. That's where the best stuff is, you know.
And people shall hear it forevermore.
Yes, I declare it so. Hominus dominus. All right.
That's all you guys been.
Other than crashing my
Well.
car, pretty good.
Ah, yeah. You just told us that story.
Seriously, still pissed off at myself about that. I'm so pissed off at myself over that.
At least you weren't
Fucking
drunk or
Christ.
anything, you know. At least it was something you could walk away from. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Drive away from. Actually, I couldn't drive away from mine.
Oh god, Ray. Oh god. Oh.
I'm actually kind of PTSD because what I didn't know was a thing until I was driving, like not driving, but riding in one of my Marines' car this weekend to help them put coilovers on their car, and they were driving like a little sporadically, and I was just literally in the passenger seat, just freaking out silently, just like, "Hey, bro, you should probably like slow down here, you know? Hey, there's there's red light coming up, you know, stuff like."
Hey, there's that red light over there. You want to stop?
Yeah, but you know me, like, I'm a speed demon, you know. I used to be a speed demon.
Yeah. For sure.
I would
for
literally
sure.
send you guys Snapchats of me doing like 120 on the highway.
Jesus.
You know?
Well,
But-
I've never had a Snapchat in all the time that we've known each other, but
Well,
I get what
not
you,
you, but like Rose and like just people.
Ah,
that,
gotcha.
Hey, I didn't know you were a Snapchat days, so.
Snapchat. Why is it still so popular? Why
I
has
don't really
Snapchat
Why
survived?
is Instagram popular? Why is Instagram popular?
Okay,
That's what I
yeah,
wanna know.
the real question, real shit. Yeah, why is Instagram?
Yeah.
fucking
Because it's like
popular?
Facebook,
Garbage.
but like not Facebook, even though it's owned by Facebook.
I like it's owned by Facebook. All right?
Yeah,
The
right.
Walt Disney of social media. All right.
The Walt Disney of social media.
Fucking
That ain't the truth.
fucking the Zuck has his tendrils everywhere. Fucking Zuckerberg.
But no, when you said you crashed your car,
Are we wanting to stay on the start stream soon?
it shouldn't be on Start Stream anymore.
Something, right?
It's not on Start Stream
It's
for
still
me.
on starting stream soon for
Oh
me.
yeah, hit the sync button. Hit the sync button over there.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, and I gotta.
There we go.
There you go. I was about to say it's been moving for me. So.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we
no.
are. Hello, stream.
Hey, stream.
Hello.
I always have technical difficulties for these things, yo. I swear.
Rough.
Yeah, Ray.
Oh.
What's going on with you? You are recently had some events, come up, especially with Ukraine
Oh,
and
yeah,
Russia
no idea.
going on. You being in the military.
You want to hear a funny story? How can I not get thrown in prison real quick? Let me think. I have to shut up. No, it was funny because actually, so they kind of like just cut off. We kind of went River City when we were on the ship when that stuff went down because they didn't want anyone saying anything. Like they didn't want anyone freaking out. But it was fun. I'm not gonna go into a bunch of details because I'm not trying to get in trouble at all. But I literally once the internet came back up on ship, because you can ask Nate. I didn't talk to anyone for 2 months. It was dead silent.
Mhm.
But I got back on ship, or we got our internet back on ship, and after everything had popped off, and like literally my messengers read like, "Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you okay? Are you in Ukraine?
Like,
Can
what
I
did?
have $50?"
Can I have $50? Yeah, just in case you die.
Yeah.
Don't let that money sit in the bank, man. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my favorite message was R.I.P. my favorite shit poster. 'Cause all they do is shit post on Facebook.
They just automatically assumed you're gone. He's gone. There's no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yo, I haven't seen a meme.
You need to
from
be
Ray
shit
and-
posting on Twitter, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you
I
still haven't
know,
set
I'm
that
gonna make-
up.
I'm gonna make a Twitter.
I'm gonna
So,
be Ray's first mutual on Twitter.
Nice.
I have no idea what that means.
I have no what a
assume
mutual is either. Yeah.
It means
that
we
means-
follow
yeah.
each other. It
Mutual
means
friends, yeah.
we follow
Ah.
each other. It means
Oh,
we
not
just
even
follow
with
each
you don't even have friends on Twitter. You have followers, yeah. But
Yeah, talk about
What's it
social media,
called?
bro.
yeah, dude, that's what we're talking about. Because
Twitter is
it's
the
almost
only
like
one
we're
I
brainwashed
use.
by the system to be thinking about that.
Oh yeah, I've thought about this though.
I
Do you
don't know what all
guys
the communists are?
do you
so
guys
that's
count
better.
do you guys count VR chat as a social media platform? Because I personally think so.
Yes.
I personally say yeah.
Yes.
I say it's an
It's
advanced
like,
one,
yeah.
you know.
So I mean, it meets all the requirements. It's addicting. There's people on it, and people use it as an escape. You know.
Well, I mean, it is.
I mean, all the reasons I know people play
if
VR
we're
chat for.
going, okay, counter argument,
All right.
Yeah.
It's more of a social platform than social media. You're not developing media. It's not a form of.
We're developing media right now.
We're literally
What?
developing media.
Okay.
Alright.
Point taken.
Alright.
But that's not typically how it's used. That's not typically
Yeah.
how it's used, right?
Okay.
It's more of just a platform to meet with people and socialize. I would call it a social platform and not a social media.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That means only if everybody started getting over here though and started really like sharing stuff from here, then it'd be social media then.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
I
interesting
mean,
because
that's what VR chat devs have been trying to do. I think with the more later updates that they've been doing,
mhm.
they have been trying to turn it more into social media. I think adding more and more shit, more stuff for your bio and all of that.
Yeah.
But I think at its core, VR chat is just a social platform, not social media platform.
Gotcha.
Well, it was
That
funny
makes
'cause
sense.
I was literally just talking about this with Gaby while we were waiting for you as you were, getting in a car crash.
Yeah.
But
As you were crashing your car.
You totally jinxed me.
I did.
Your fucking
It was-
superstition.
this man
Your
was
superstition is
in the
rubbing
freaking-
off on me.
okay, it's called. I'm sorry, I'm superstitious. This is my
Mm.
mental. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mom.
It's
Okay,
rubbing
you were
off
right.
on me.
I'm
It's
not
rubbing
based,
off
I'm
on
mentally
me.
ill.
I'm not based on it. Jeez.
But this is great. I'm having so much fun right now. This is awesome. I just became really self-aware out of nowhere for some reason.
That's all
as you
good.
mentioned my superstitious.
Oh no, you don't want to do that in VR. Oh shit, you're supposed to get away from real life.
I just became. Yeah. So what was I gonna do? So like, you know me. I'm in the military. Blah blah. I have a bunch of Marines. My children. Fucking bastards.
Mhm.
I hate them all. But no, I just like. But Oh, sorry, Ken. Yeah. Anyways, just gonna ignore what I just said. But when the metaverse shit was like popping off, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna like invest," because like that's what we do, as we kind of cheat the system, because like we all get together and like, "Hey, this is what we should invest in," stuff, because we're all smart.
Yeah, it gives you buying power.
Our slash crypto bros.
Yeah, well, it gives you buying
Yeah.
power, right?
Yeah.
You can actually affect shit if you have more
Yeah,
people with you.
You become a whale. Yeah. I mean, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, like a reference, my boy, I'm not gonna dox him or anything, but this man made $300,000 off of Shiba.
Nice.
Shiba popped off.
You can
That makes
literally
sense.
buy out your contract with that kind of
Yes.
money.
Well, they only
Tell
got a
me you
year
bought
left.
out
so-
his
He's just gone.
Fuck.
Wow.
Honestly,
Last time I
I
saw
would have
him,
bought
he
out
was
my
in-
last year. would have bought out my last year if I had made it that
that's
lucky.
because we hate our lives
So-
and we don't have $300,000.
Wait, I don't get
So-
that.
No,
Wait, so you can buy out your contract from the army if you have
Yes.
enough? Like, with
Yeah.
then rich people just
So-
don't
yeah,
go
so
to
it's,
war.
uh,
Then I
it's
mean that.
around
Each
100,000.
military-
It's
It
around
depends on your
100,000
job.
for a full contract. Okay, it depends on your job too. I didn't know.
No, okay. So okay, but what is that for? Is like for people who are just like, I don't really want to do this anymore, and they're just
So
like,
like,
let
I
me-"
had someone
Yeah.
in the schoolhouse, So there was someone that won the lottery, right? In the schoolhouse, which is like where you get your training, like not to become in the military, but
But for
like,
your job.
your actual job. And they won the lottery, and they were like, I'm buying my contract out. And they're like, well, you still owe us 4 years, so $400,000, and we'll call it even. And
Oh,
he bought his
God.
contract out. Yeah.
400? God
400K.
fucking damn.
You
Jeez.
know how much money they put into us intel guys? Like all the training we get and all the knowledge we know, and keeping me in one location for freaking 5 years just to have all this knowledge about this place. Like,
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
But still.
yeah. And that's
How much
5
do you
years
think
of-
how much do you think my communications contract would have sold for? Probably the baseline
With 2 years
100K,
left?
I think.
If you had 2 years left, probably around.
Yeah,
like
let's go with 2 years.
130, 140.
Damn,
Wow.
that's more than I thought.
So you got to think about it, right? So like your clearance, your security clearance alone is like freaking
Yeah,
know,
I did
10
have a
to
secret
30K.
clearance.
yeah.
I don't have
That
a
is
top
such a
secret
weird
clearance
concept for
like
me, though.
Ray, but I have a secret clearance.
Thanks for
These
doxing me.
motherfuckers.
Hey, don't worry. You're the only one watching the stream right now, so yeah, there's not really much doxing can go on here.
The FBI agent that keeps tabs on.
Oh yeah,
both
that
of
guy
us.
too. Yeah.
My FBI agent has got to be wilding to freaking think. Like, you
That
know,
would be
like-
amazing to come to my channel to see you online and be like, holy shit. Y'all are on it, ain't you?
It's crazy. It's crazy though. It's crazy though. For years, the Marine Corps paid me to be a communist and try to convert others to communism and convert this motherfucker to communism.
So
Interesting.
I was more of.
And I had a
I don't really know.
secret clearance the whole time. They didn't revoke my clearance ever. I was never approached about it.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, Ray helped me out with that.
I actually, so like, I used to be, man, you know, I grew up in the dirt, right? So I know how to like play the system, okay? And there's one story I can't say here because I'm not trying to go to prison, but
Right.
allegedly,
In GTA,
right?
yeah. Allegedly in GTA, yep.
Yeah,
In Minecraft.
but
In Minecraft, yeah.
this one, I learned Nate was a communist.
Okay.
I was like, wow, I really like this person. Like, they're a good person. And some of their like social media stuff and like how they've been acting, you know, yada yada was like
Raise some
coming up.
red flags. Raise some red flags.
Yeah, so I was like,
Mm.
oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I probably should have consulted Nate about it first, but you know, I'm insane, literally insane. So I just went
Actually
straight
insane.
to the. I literally went straight to the top dog, and I was like, "Yo, this person's a communist.
Wow.
We do something."
Just off
And then-
top.
So what I did was I ended up making it a personal like issue rather than like a factual one. Like, hey, these are the red flags we've seen. They're an insider threat. I made it personal. I was like, yo, I don't know if we can trust this person. Blah blah blah. And they're like, you can't do that. It's now illegal for us to do anything. So.
yeah.
She was really mad too. She was really mad about that.
Oh my
She was like, sometimes Ray. She was like, sometimes I wonder why you're our S2. Like why you're our intel.
All right, there. What does it say? Oh, we got a question from Boomblade. Is World War III in the very near future? And welcome to chat, by the way, Boomblade.
Probably not. Probably not.
So
thankfully.
there's our Chinese.
And Luke said, "What's your
spy
social security
that's
number?"
going
So
to dox me, okay. So it's 341.
this guy.
Actually says the first 3 numbers of their social security. No.
Oh
It's like someone reading off their
you
credit card number.
motherfucker.
44. Oh, Visa. All right.
Why do we trust you with being the intelligence person?
I actually, you know how much access I have to people's lives, like being a security guy.
Dear
I
God.
could. Ooh. I
So
need
you're
to set up
saying you
fucking
have a
trouble
certain
shooters.
set of skills and resources to find
Yeah.
people when you want to. Oh, okay.
You know how deep it goes.
It's funny
is what
that
you're
you say
saying.
that. It's funny that you say that because I do that to everyone. That's like my new thing.
Yeah.
It's like I just realized it's 4 a.m. I'm sitting in an apartment screaming in Japan. I need to be quiet. But it's funny. It's funny that you say that because like whenever like one of my friends get like a boyfriend or girlfriend or a non-binary person that they have feelings for,
Partner.
partner. Yeah, thank you. There's the word. Uh, I'll do that. I'll be like, I would like you to know there, millimeter deleter 9000, that I have a very particular set of skills that I've built up over a long amount of time. And if you hurt my friend, I will find you. And I will kill you. You know, like yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This is great. We definitely got to do this more often. I should really
For
stop
sure.
commenting on what's running through my head and, trying to act like a normal human being. But anyways,
So, like, with your
So
own, with
expanding
you.
on that last question. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. What's up?
Well, I was gonna say, like, we started on the whole entire Ukraine Russia thing. What about you? How do you feel about it? Because you just said like how everybody else kind of
Mine-
reacted, but you like, oh,
you just added me a loaded question because you
Oh.
realize I have a communist to my right, right? No,
oh, Stan.
no.
I'm not in favor
Hey, he
of
can
Russia's
get muted real
actions.
quick. So.
Yeah,
I have a more nuanced. I have a more nuanced view than the fucking liberal media, but I don't support Russia's actions. Of course, it's a
Yeah.
fucking war. It's terrible.
So,
Anyways,
me personally, we had some. I'm not gonna say anything detailed, but we had some indicators, right? We kind of knew what was about to go up or down. Possibly, allegedly. We were preparing. But how I feel about it, Russia's horrible. Is World War III coming? Personally, I don't think so. Russia is going to shit, firstly. Secondly, we realized how much their military, like, actually really sucks.
Oh.
This was supposed to be like a 5-6
It
day
was, wasn't it?
invasion,
Yeah.
And, we're already, like, almost, 3 months in?
3 months. Wait a minute.
2.5 months in?
I'm about to say like a
I
month
don't
and a
know,
half,
I've
too.
been
I feel
Month
like.
and a half, yeah, thank you.
It's
2 months.
been about a month and a
Yeah.
half.
Mhm.
It's been about a month and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just allegedly gave context clues to how long we've been knowing about things. If that
Oh.
makes sense.
If you didn't
But,
confirm
yeah.
that, we wouldn't have known. No, I'm just saying.
Well, I didn't want to sound retarded, okay? Oh, I said no. I didn't want to sound retarded. Okay,
Ah.
no one's here. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say
I'm
we're
sorry.
talking about Minecraft, people. Okay, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the
Um,
Ukraine and Russia and
but what's
Minecraft
the
were
word?
at each other's throats.
So, do I think World War III is coming? No, because if Russia would have done really good, I think China would have tried to do something because honestly, the U.S. cannot. No one wants to fight. No one can really afford a war right now. We've just got out of a huge, still in it technically, huge global pandemic type thing. Everything's just kind of starting to get back to normal.
Just got out of Afghanistan, and now we're
Just
sanctioning.
Yeah,
got
right back into
starving
another. Yeah.
civilians. We're starving Afghani civilians, by the way, just to own the
Yeah.
Taliban.
And personally,
Sounds about American.
I can give you like 90% confidence that Russia's not going to step outside of Ukraine, so that's not going to be a cause for World War III. Maybe in the next couple years, something can happen in Asia or in Europe that could cause World War III, but I don't know. I've been doing this stuff for 5 years now, but I was just doing this for 4 months on a ship, so I don't really want to rant. I
Fair
want
enough.
other people to be able to talk.
Well, yeah, I just want to be able to get your opinion on it and everything. Me personally, I haven't really,
So my opinion,
tried to think or anything about it. So yeah, go ahead.
So my Roblox character developed some AI and was explain to me how much the American government is a bunch of punks
Mm.
and won't do anything to help people or care about them. That's how most of the Roblox characters feel, you know?
Mm.
Is we're here, we have means to do something, and we're not doing anything, and a bunch of innocent people are dying because of politics, and they're not looking at the idea that these are actual people, you know?
Mm.
It's all about the gas prices, it's all about money, it's all about political ideologies and what's right and what's wrong when well it's not even about what right and what's wrong, it's just like what's the safest for us because we don't have any empathy for anyone.
Well, I was
Roblox.
I'm going to counter that a little bit. Okay, let me give you my view of the situation first, really quick.
Mm.
So in 2014, there was the Euromaidan coup that ousted the democratically elected government of Ukraine and installed a more West-friendly government. And over the course of that, that's when the invasion of Crimea happened and the referendum to join Russia happened. Also during that, in Donbass, where the two areas, Donetsk and Luhansk are, they decided to try to do the same thing as Crimea. However, the Ukrainian government stepped in before the Russian military did and started invading Donbass first. And so for the last 8 years, they've been shelling Donbass and invading. And the neo-Nazi Azov battalion that was incorporated into the Ukrainian National Guard has had most of its presence in the invasion of Donbass. So that, plus the fact that Ukraine was looking at becoming a NATO member, which goes against a treaty that was formed after the collapse of the Soviet Union
Mm.
between the US and Russia, which stated that NATO would not expand eastward, which it already has in the Baltic states. But now it was trying to do the same with Ukraine, and Russia doesn't want more US military bases on its border. So that's like the whole backdrop for this war. The neo-Nazis killing fucking Donbass civilians who want to be a part of Russia because they're majority ethnic Russians, and the NATO shit. Now, what Ray was talking about with like us getting involved militarily, that 100% would escalate to World War III and very, very likely a nuclear war, though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I as horrible as war is, as this war is for Ukraine, for the Ukrainian people, we should not get involved because way more people will fucking die if we do.
So,
Anyways,
Mike,
that's my piece.
no,
That's my
yeah.
piece about the whole
and this is
subject.
why I'll never talk on the news or anything because I'll never get elected because I beat around the bush. I never get straight to it. But so
Well,
doing
good thing
our
this
war
isn't the
doing.
news.
Yeah, Russia's not doing really good. Ukraine is destroying the IO campaign on this one though. They are doing amazing when it comes to the information operations.
Yeah,
Like,
the
they have the whole
Ukraine
world
side.
backing Ukraine.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone thought that the ghost of Kiev was real for like
Yeah,
weeks
stuff like that.
too.
Yeah, no comment.
I'm sorry, the what?
Ghost of Kiev is not real.
Well,
Apparently, he was a pilot that kept shooting down Russian jets, but it was completely just propaganda.
oh, they're just trying
None
to
of
spread
was
it
real.
socially. Okay, I got you. Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually just rest in peace, my boy. All right. They just went to Ukraine as a civilian to join the Legion.
Right.
Oh,
right.
dang.
Yeah.
Wait,
as a medic.
was he in Azov? Did he specifically join Azov?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure.
Jesus.
I
Fucking
heard
Christ.
secondhand information. But
One point I do want to
Yeah.
point out though that you said before is like why does all the prices and gas prices and all that stuff go up? You know, like I think I'm like
So
with
Russia is
everybody
a
else
huge,
like
huge
this
oil
is where my
producer.
job comes in. So all the oil and natural gas in Europe mainly comes from Russia, right?
biggest
okay.
producer there. We had a pipeline. We shut it down. So like that's a lot. The president got a lot of
The German one, right?
yeah. The president got a lot of you know, harassment, like criticization for how he was handling it with just sanctions. Because like in reality, what he really should have done was reopen the pipeline, because that would have boosted our economy, and that would have provided gas for all of Europe, and Russia wouldn't be needed at all.
Sanctions against Russia just hurt the Russian people. They never work when it comes to regime change.
Yeah, well, that would make sense.
We
Right?
know, like, the American government knows how to do regime change, and they know that sanctions don't do anything except make the civilian population miserable, but not miserable enough for a regime change. So
So
I want to push back against fucking sanctions as well. It's fucked up.
But to answer your question directly, because I keep doing that, I keep beating around the bush.
It's not good.
Gas prices go up because Russia is sanctioned, so no one is allowed to export or import any type of oil or natural gas or any of that means from Russia, therefore making the supply less and the demand more. So
Another
Of-
thing.
Fair, but don't we
as
have like
well.
alternate like sources of these resources? I mean,
they
haven't
were
we
shut
been
down.
fucking up the
Trying to
whole earth
implement those.
for
What we
this?
were-
Yeah.
What we tried to do was we tried to normalize relations with Venezuela again, in order to get
Which actually
Venezuelan
was
oil.
a really
But then
impressive move,
Maduro,
in my opinion.
But then Maduro fucking said, "No, fuck off, Yanks.
Yeah.
You've been sanctioning the fuck out of our country for decades now. Fuck off."
That makes a lot of sense to me.
So, shit, what was I going to say? Another thing is that Putin has said that the only way you're going to get Russian oil now is by buying it in rubles instead of US dollars, further undermining US dollars as the global like currency that everyone uses.
hmm
So it's interesting. A lot of people are talking about this being the dawn of a multipolar world, because it's been a unipolar world. The US has been controlling everything for about the last century. The Soviet Union stepped up and was a challenger for a while, but it collapsed. So now we're seeing the reemergence of like a multipolar world, a world that isn't exclusively run by the United States.
I mean,
So it's
really good book.
I've also seen some moves that China was making. I've seen some news recently that China was
that's
doing
what
a
I was
lot of lays large loans to a lot of African countries and stuff like that. And they would give them these like high risk loans in order to like have them default on it, right? And then be able to like take over their like airports or take over, you know, they just kind of like transporting people in there, trading them and stuff. That's what I heard. That's what I was reading up on, and that they were trying to take their resources and shit, right? But at any rate, it is pretty interesting to see those like large loans. You know? Mhm.
The thing about Chinese loans is
My
that
PP is
they are
unipolar.
they are forgiven. They are forgiven way more often than U.S. loans, IDF loans, all of that shit. Like, they are forgiven way more often, and they are actually building key infrastructure that these countries need. Now, sometimes
Right.
those countries do default, and China does step in with more control, but that doesn't change the fact that they are way more beneficial than, like, World Bank, IDF, US loans. They are
Okay,
way
so-
more beneficial for those countries.
in the community I work in, there's actually a name for this. It's called the Chinese money trap. And essentially, what they do, which everything
That's
that has
such
been stated
bullshit.
so far.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Uh-oh.
talk. All right, I let you talk. You're in silence. All right, thank you.
Okay,
So,
okay.
for example, like Djibouti, right? China now has a base in Djibouti. Well, they've had a base in Djibouti for a while
We
because
have
what they
hundreds
do.
of
Well,
bases
yeah.
outside of our borders. Just saying.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't change the fact that what China's doing, they're just asking what's up, and I'm explaining why it's becoming a unipolar thing.
All right.
Thank you very much. Anyways, oh, I had some shade on that one. My bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what?
Yo, catch us in the later half of the stream in order for us to go for the boxing match between these two.
Talk about the funny
Yeah.
As
we
soon as
outside.
Reddit finds me, I'm dead.
Yeah.
As soon as Reddit finds me, I'm dead. They're gonna hate my ass so much.
So they give these loans to these countries.
Just
without
start streaming on
infrastructure.
Reddit.
Like, hey, we'll help you build.
Build highways. We'll help you build. We'll give you subway systems. So whatever you want. But here's your interest rate, and then the countries are like, yeah, this is great. This is gonna help our people. This would be really good. And they're not realizing at the time that they can't pay China back for some of these, and so China's like, oh, you can't pay us back? Well, we want a naval base right here, or we want a army base right here then. And the reason why they're doing it is for this thing called the One Belt, One Road Initiative, which essentially, if you look at a map, we don't have a map in here, but geographically,
It's
China
spreading
is fucked.
infrastructure all throughout Asia, Europe, and Africa. It's just a huge infrastructure project that connects Asia, Europe, and Africa.
Okay. Wow.
They're basically just building a new modern Silk Road. Because, like I said, if you look at
China geographically, they are fucked. They're waterlocked by what we call the first island chain. So like Japan, Taiwan, like all these, the Philippines, this is a constant fight. They're always fighting to get out of this chain, this blockade of sorts, this geographical blockade. And then if you look at them geographically as well on the land side of things,
Propped up by the West.
yeah, all their bordered people are, most of them are enemies,
Mm. They have
Or
like
they're not
large
even,
land
like-
or like strong
Yeah.
military power, right?
India and
So,
China
Yeah.
are actually
India and
in
China.
talks right now to
yeah, they
fix
are
their
getting
relations.
better, which is nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Last time I was looking at India and China, I was reading about how Chinese military had pushed like people off cliffs, and I was like, "What? No way!"
It's probably
Yeah.
propaganda. There's people lie about China. Like the West lies about China non-fucking stop. And the fact of the matter is, everything that China's guilty of, the West is 10 times more guilty of. And China is, in a genuine way, trying to improve the socioeconomic conditions of the third world, of the global south, to make things better for everyone as a whole, which, in some cases turns into some dodgy shit when they materially support governments that are right-wing and proto-fascist and shit like that. But at the same time, like that's just their foreign policy not being in what's the word? Not trying to intervene with those governments at all. Because that's what the US does. We do regime change non-fucking stop. That's our deal. That's why the world fucking hates us as a whole. Because when we get involved, we fuck shit up. We did literal genocidal wars in the last century against Korea and Vietnam. Fun fact, the Korean War killed around 20% of the North Korean population and leveled every standing structure in every major city and village.
That's a fun fact.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun, man. I don't know.
And we still like to make up propaganda. We still like to make up propaganda about North Korea, saying that they're like the Hermit Kingdom and it's a fucking monarchy with the Kims, and They assassinate people by using fucking artillery guns, but none of it's fucking true. They just don't want to have foreign relations with us because we killed 20% of their fucking population in a genocidal war.
Yeah, that could leave a scar. I
Like,
could definitely see
come
that.
on.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like,
The only reason Vietnam doesn't get the same treatment is because they normalized relations with us after the fall of the Soviet Union.
And they have Nike factories. What's up? No.
Well, I do gotta say though, it is kind of strange that in our current age, when like the cell phone is everywhere and like surveillance everywhere, internet's everywhere, everybody knows about everything on this earth pretty much. Like that, we don't have footage from North Korea. We don't have like see anything from North Korea at all.
If you know where to find it, we do have footage of North Korea. We 100% do. I follow YouTube channels that constantly show footage from North Korea. It's literally on YouTube.
Okay,
It's
I mean,
just
I think
propaganda doesn't want you to see that shit. The U.S. propaganda doesn't want you to see that. They want you to watch the dictator for the 100th time and get your information from North Korea from a fucking comedy movie.
yeah, but like the
Like,
thing, well, the last
featuring
time
James
we
Franco.
saw, just a few days ago, we saw the video from North Korea, right? Right, from Kim Jong Il with the. What does he say?
With the ICBM launch, yeah, they're showing off their
He's
strength so that they
That'd be
don't
dope.
have to. Kim Jong Un, yeah, he made the ICBM launch video, and that's just to show the West, hey, you can't fuck with us again.
Hmm.
You can't fuck with us again. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of our backyard. We don't care. Get the fuck away.
But
Stop using your South Korean puppet state to intimidate us.
But when that's
That's what
all
that
that the
video
West
was
sees,
for.
though, like that's all the like anybody outside, or at least most the people outside
That's
of
all
North Korea
that
would see.
that's all that Western propaganda lets you see. And it's to prove their point about the narrative that they've constructed. There is more out there to see from the DPRK, but no one's going to push for you to see it, except for the communists, of course. Like,
I would say
That's
more-
interesting. I definitely want to see some. Yeah, I want to see some.
I'll send both of you the major DPRK channel that I follow that shows
You
footage
gotta
from
remember,
North
I'm still
Korea all the
active
time.
duty in the military. I know what North Korea looks like.
I won't
Right? What my fucking job is.
I won't send it to
Like
you
I know what it looks like,
momentarily.
man.
But what's it called? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say so two things. I'm kind of being quiet over here if we're gonna do this political talk stuff because of my job.
Okay.
Not anything against you guys, but because of how like hot stuff is around the world right now. I'm so close to like getting out and being good, so I'm not gonna
fair
try
enough.
to talk on that stuff, but I will listen. And secondly, to answer your question with the whole China thing and the unipolar stuff, I know I went back. That was a
That was
while ago,
good.
but
That was
keep
good.
talking.
Please.
There's this book I make all my Marines leave called Destined. Read it. I make them read it. Yes, we can read, by the way. It's called Destined for War. And essentially it comes up with this theory. It's called Thucydides? I can't remember how to say their name. Trap, which is like when you have a rising power and a rising power, that how they're destined to fight each other. And this has been, and they talk about all these things in history of like how this has happened and how like over 80% of the time it's the collapse or the genocide of a nation, you know. Really good book if you want to learn about all this stuff though. This will give you like the basis of everything you need on the unclass side for that. So
Okay.
also, this is why I hate This is why I really, really hate my job because all I do is talk about politics and stuff at work all day, and I get off of work and I look on Facebook and I can't talk about anything that I actually know, right? That like I actually know.
Oh no.
And all it is just people arguing on the left side, on the right side, on the center side, you know, and then there's just me who's like.
Yep.
And here I am dragging you towards Marxism, Leninism.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, I don't know if we are in a Thucydides trap situation because you mentioned it's rising power versus rising power. I think that the U.S. empire is actually starting to decline. especially in the
100%.
face of
They're
especially in the face of like all the talk about multipolarity and stuff.
So I won't say, I'm not going to say that the U.S. isn't. I still think the U.S. is still the #1 military power, but
True.
they're losing their grip on the world. Everyone's realizing that we're the Fire Nation, and when we grow up in the Fire Nation, we are taught and all these things about how great we are, and how we go to war
Yeah.
to help people and do these things. But
Yeah.
jokes on us,
No, we
everyone
don't.
hates the Fire Nation, right? We
Yeah,
lied to
yeah.
you.
So
True.
I mean, as we're hearing online from like
yeah.
every other country, right? We hear all the time, like, you fucking
Yeah.
Americans, right? It's like, we're not loved by everyone, yeah.
I'm gonna pour out a shot real quick.
Okay,
me
yeah.
personally, I just hate all forms of government. Yeah, I almost got NJP'd
On ship, because like I would just say some crazy things, like we'd be because
Oh
we
my
were working
God.
12-hour shift. Yeah, my favorite one
NJP
is like
means non-judicial punishment.
Ah, okay.
It's how you get punished without a court-martial.
Mm.
I probably almost got court-martialed too with some of the shit I was saying.
Dang.
But yeah, basically they were just talking and they were like, "Oh, bureaucrats, this, federalists, that," and I was like, "Yo, I'll kill some freaking federalists. I don't give a. I hate them all, And my officer is like, Ray, shut up, turn around, and get back to work, and don't say another word.
Oh,
You
shit.
can't say that type of stuff,
It's like middle of the day, like there's like
I
the
think-
captains and then there and shit.
That reminds me of the time I like.
I'm pretty sure when. Sorry, go ahead.
It reminds me of the time I kind of like didn't think at work, right? I was just sitting there like playing music. We just got this like Sonos speaker system in the office and shit, and I'm just sitting like, oh, okay, let me fuck around with it, play some music. And I'm playing some music, and I like decided to play "Killing in the Name of." And I'm sitting there like, okay, this is a really fun song, right? And I'm like, fuck yeah, right? But like, what I had forgotten was that my coworker was also in the National Guard. And he's in there like walking around listening to it. And like, I didn't think about it until he came up to me and was like, hey, I'm about to be on a phone call. Can you like turn that off? And I'm just like, turn it off. What? And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, I love Rage
we
Against
listened to
the
all
Machine.
we were just on so funny Rage of the Machine story real quick.
Is like apparently their last concert, because they're all like anti,
Rules and whatever.
Anti-US and shit, yeah.
Yeah, and like, but to get into the concert, you had to have a mask and show your COVID vaccine card. And they're all just sitting there like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And they're all like wearing masks and like, using their. It's like really. Man?
Like, you won't do what they tell you? I mean, because you're kind of doing what they told you.
Hold up. Because I have an analog for this. I have an analog for that situation. And it's called Pat Socks. Patriotic Socialist. And it's a fucking dumbass, like, small little movement among Marxist-Leninists in the United States that just want to be assholes that are somehow patriotic for the United States of America while somehow still being communists. Like, it's so fucking dumb. And they end up being like the most right-wing motherfuckers when it comes to social issues. They're only left-wing in the sense that they want like the working class to take power and shit. But they fucking hate trans people. They hate wearing masks. They're usually anti-vaxxers and shit. Like, they're so fucking dumb. They're like, if you've ever heard of Nazbols, National Bolsheviks, they're a movement that started in Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union that tries to synthesize Nazism and Bolshevism. And they're fucking idiots.
Huh.
But one of the fathers of National Bolshevism is now the hero for these fucking patriotic socialists. And it's so fucking stupid. It's racist, chauvinistic, dumb bullshit. Anyways.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
what
I
keeps the
am
world
very,
going,
They're
isn't it?
very much
The
not
name
in
of,
favor of
I don't know,
decolonization.
like, I'm not listening to it, but like you said that song and now it's all we gotta listen.
And
to
now
it
that's
for
the
me.
only thing.
But that's what you sounded like when you were like, fuck the rules. But also everyone's wearing masks. Like, they call people NPCs for wearing masks. It's so dumb.
Okay, I think
Just heard the
that's
Skyrim music start playing. Or Oblivion.
so I did read did read 1984. I mean, I read 1984 on ship. That was
Who
definitely
hasn't?
1984 is
Who
dope, yeah.
hasn't?
I hadn't. I hadn't at the time.
Orwell was a dumb motherfucker that sold out communists to the feds in the UK. Orwell was not a good
Oh.
person. He also sold out gay people to the police in the UK.
Oh, sounds like a nice guy.
Fun fact.
He was a snitch. He was a goddamn
Sounds like
snitch.
Sounds like someone needs some
The book
stitches
was
in there,
good,
huh?
though. The book was good though. All right, just,
Yeah, the book.
you know.
He wrote good books. I know. Animal Farm was dumb as shit, though.
I enjoyed it. It was like one of the only books that I could read in school, to be honest with you.
I read Outsiders. We read The Outsiders. Stay gold, pony.
Yeah,
Blank.
no, like
Stay gold.
like they still have you read it in school for you. Oh, whoops. So that you become inundated with anti-communist propaganda from an early start. George Orwell called himself a socialist. He was a fighter for the CNTFIA in Catalonia, the anarchist commune that tried to establish anarchism in Spain during the Spanish Civil War. He was a fighter in the international brigades there. And then both the anarchists and the communist side, which was the Republican Spain, like both of them got crushed by Franco's nationalist Spain, and he got super bitter about it. So he decided every single Marxist Leninist is now my target, and I'm gonna fucking sell them out to the cops. Like a
Damn.
self-proclaimed socialist was this fucking snitch for the fucking UK cops.
Socially snitching is what he's doing. Like, goddamn, motherfucker.
But Republican
sorry, did you
Spain
say
was the side
socialism?
supporter
Did
of
you
the
mean
Soviet
snitchism?
Union.
Snitchism?
Hey, the
I know
cops will never
snitches.
do anything to
Yeah.
make me talk. They can put me in Guantanamo Bay. I'm never gonna talk.
All right. So, just because I think we had originally wanted. I don't think we have any people that are back, but I haven't talked to you anyways in a while.
Mm.
So earlier you were asking like how I've been and stuff. So
Yeah.
since the last Redcast we did, I have been in 2 car crashes,
Oh,
lost my license,
well.
getting divorced, been on
Hmm.
unemployment, went to rehab, gone in and out of addiction, but I broke it. That's why I should have said rehab after that. And I'm now moving to the States soon.
Oh.
So there's a lot that's changed. Yeah, there's a lot that has changed.
So your life
But
has been
it's for
changing
better.
constantly.
Yeah, my life has my life is a roller coaster. I don't even know how to I don't even know where to start. Oh,
Well, let's start with these car crashes because that's the one that I can, relate to the most with me recently. Yeah, taking a brand new car, 5 days tops, and just straight into a tree. So I want to hear how you did this because for me, I was trusting the new features in my car and other factors, right? But I was testing the new feature in my car, but I forgot to push the button. So it didn't turn like I thought it was going to turn, and I went clear off the side straight into a tree. So I want to hear what happened with you, though. What happened with you?
Did you have a? You're not gonna. I assume we're not speaking brands, but you. Okay, I got it. No.
I could speak. I mean, it was
So
a Kia.
mine-
It was a Kia K5, a 2022 Kia K5, bro. Brand new, man.
What was the feature though?
It was like a lane keep assist. It was like a thing where you go up to a certain speed and it actually like drives for you. So it's like cruise control, but yeah, almost like Tesla, but it won't take you like actual turn, like a 90-degree turn or change lane. But it would follow. So
Gotcha.
So my car crash. I was working outside all day at work. So I did a 24-hour duty. I stood duty.
Ugh,
Right. Only
I
had
hate
like
that.
2 hours of sleep. And then
you
they
said
made me
duty.
work that day. Yeah, duty, doo-doo.
It's what it's called
Yeah.
across the Marine Corps. That's what it's
So,
called. across
Sorry,
the Marine
sorry.
Corps.
It's
did
childish.
the duty, and then they had me working all day. So I worked like a normal 9-hour day, like out in the sun in quad cons, moving stuff and everything. and I'm going to go drive home, which isn't supposed to be the case. When you have a 24-hour duty, you're supposed to have the next day off completely. But anyways,
Or a half day in some units.
this is why I didn't get in trouble. Yeah, because I didn't get duty recovery. So, and they also didn't have a duty room for me to sleep in. I slept in my car, which it's
Damn.
kind of hard to do sometimes. So I'm driving
Yeah.
down the highway heading home, and I fell asleep behind the wheel. I hit a guardrail, right? I'm riding this guardrail. Don't even know it. Haven't woken up yet. But apparently, after watching the aftermath, I was riding this guardrail for like 100, 200 feet. I'm doing like 80. Get kicked off the guardrail into the back of a Prius. That's when I wake up and I start screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And I was like, this is this is bullshit. Like, I didn't even get a reason to fight this. I'm not dying. And so I freaking it spins out in front of me. I hit the brakes and turn to the left off the highway, go up a wall, and then back down. Car completely totaled.
What the?
Ruined. I freak out. I'm freaking out. I'm like trying to get out of the car and stuff, and like the doors like smashed in, and I fucking bust out the car into the highway. Mind you, I'm on the side of the highway and almost got hit by a car. But I went and checked on them. They were fine and everything. But I'm very lucky because I do want to say one more thing though. The military police are retarded. Dude literally came up to me, didn't do a sobriety test on me, didn't do anything. He was like, "Are you hurt?" And I was like, "No, just a little shook up." And he was like, "Did you hurt anyone?" And I was like, "They said they were fine." And they were like, all right, let's start doing the paperwork. Like, hey, bro, maybe I have a concussion,
Yeah, you want to, like, do something at all, right? You're just going to leave me all fucked up here?
Dear God.
Make sure no bones are poking out.
Much more fucked up
I am
than
very
mine.
lucky. It was after this crash, it was when I realized, like, because I was going through a lot, we can talk about it in a second. But, so I actually had my sports car engine in the back of the minivan that I crashed, and it had broken through the back seats to my seat. And I was barely yeah, so I was like 2 inches.
I'm like Final Destination out here.
If I would have just hit the wall, just a little more different, I would not be here right now. So, yeah.
You were telling me about this, Jesus.
And my boss, freaking assholes. He was like, I fell asleep at a wheel. And he was like, no, don't text drive anymore. Did you learn a lesson?
Fucking pieces of
all right.
shit. Man, God, I hate the military so much.
I really hate the good people in the military. Yo, I'm done.
Oh,
Hey, you're, yeah. Your voice is breaking up a little bit there.
Hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
There you go, yeah.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, so the unit I'm at right now,
You like
I
the
really
people.
hate them. Yeah.
You like the
no,
people,
I hate these
hate
people.
the command and shit. Or wait, okay, fair enough.
I hate this.
No.
I hate everything about this unit. Wednesday, so it's spring break this weekend, right? Dude, I've dedicated 6 years of my life out here in where I am in Asia, and I'm not gonna get any credit for it. I'm not getting any awards or anything. I'm not doing nothing. They're just sending me on their way. Wednesday, like, why was I a sergeant? Why was I buffing the floors? Everyone got off at noon, and I'm sitting there till freaking 6 o'clock. Mind you, I don't have a license because they took away my license because of this car crash. So I have to take the bus home at like 8 at night because that's when the next bus comes after 6 o'clock. Oh my God, we turned this into a therapy session.
That's all good.
Anyways,
What else is VR chat and Twitch to use for? Come on now.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah. And then I come home every day to having to deal with, my home issues, and I'm still working on that.
To be ex-wife, yeah.
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 And then go back to work and do it all again. And they're like, hey, you smell like, like, wow, Ray, you look like shit. How about you have some better work ethic? And I'm like, how about you fucking, like, appreciate the work I already do? Because I do so much,
If it helps, Ray, when I got out of 172, they had a small ceremony for me where they presented a plywood plaque to me
Hey.
that was mostly just joking about how I don't do any work.
Ah.
And then
Oh my
when I
God.
left the Marine Corps as a whole, I didn't have any going away. If
I'm
that
sorry. I
helps.
wasn't there for when you left the Marine Corps. You know, we would have been balling.
I know,
we
I
would have went.
know. Oh, for sure. If you had been at Pendleton, we would have gone hard that last day. And then I got my car impounded the day before I got
Oof.
out. That was a whole thing.
I can tell some ship stories
Fun
if you guys
times.
Well,
want. 'Cause,
you've
you know,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, let's
you've
hear it.
told
You
us
wanna
about
keep talking
one
about
car
cars?
crash. You said there was two of these things happening here. Now, were you just talking about the engine
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
the
bag?
other
Was
one-
the
The other one was going down the Fatima gate.
Yeah,
So it's like a downhill. So the roads in on this island that I live on are made out of coral. They put coral in it,
okay?
so they get really slippery when they're wet. And
Oh God.
it wasn't really this one really wasn't that bad. You know, it was Friday. I was just really excited to get home. I'm driving, and I go to like I'm going down this hill, right? And I go to do the turn, but I downshifted to engine brake, not realizing how wet. Which sounds like I tried to
Oh.
drift, so
Mm.
that sounds bad, right? Yeah, it does sound bad.
Right.
Which I wasn't. You know, it's like midday on Friday. You know, I go to the track if I'm going to do that. But yeah, just bounced off a guardrail. That one wasn't that bad. The first one though, the one I was saying with the engine stuff, that really shook me up. Like I can't even really do anything in cars anymore, which is crazy because I just bought a 360 horsepower car for the States
Oh,
that I'm
no.
picking up in Ohio. But like,
No.
yeah.
Just look
Yeah,
at the
but
car. Can't touch. Fuck.
Yeah, just drive it normally, you know, nothing crazy.
No, but like
yeah,
for me, like
progress-wise, for me. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for me, like getting into that car crash, it was like a real like surreal moment. Like as soon as that happened and everything, and like look up and it's just like, what the fuck is happening right now? You know, it's just like no other situation I've ever been in has ever been like that, and like fucking hella glass in my mouth and shit, right? Like I've never.
Oh shit.
Never had like anything like that happen, and I was so lucky to walk away from that shit unscathed. Like I had like a scratch on my knee, and that was it. And I just like walked right out of it, try to like start the car again, try to all this other shit, right? Just silly as fuck. But at the end of it, it really like gave me. It was like an eye opener. Like, yo, you need to stop doing the shit you're doing, bro. Like you need to get your life straight before next time is the last time. You know. It's kind of crazy. Like it takes traumatic experiences like that to do that. You know.
So mine has really been messing with me. Like in that way, I was like, all right, I need to like start getting progress and stuff. But the more I go on and like, I've been going to like, cause like I went to the rehab thing, so I did a lot of therapy and stuff, and which they're helping, but there's been like a lot of like underlying stuff that like I've been holding back. You know, like growing up in foster care and all this, so, like bottled up. You know, and it's all that stuff's finally catching up to me. So like. Once I get to Cali, you know, they're putting me on like anxiety meds. They're gonna start me back on ADHD meds that I quit in order to join the military, because that stuff's, you know, this is stuff that I need help with. But this is crazy. Like it's just gonna sound crazy. I'm not like trying to get anything out of it, but like, dude, I don't even know. So like it was a surreal moment where I was like looking around and like, thinking and stuff like. Like I'm really good at handling stress, you know. Like it's what I do for a living. It's my job, but dude, I don't even know if like this shit is real right now because I was asleep when the crash happened. So like I don't know like if I could possibly be like it's really been messing me. I could be in like another dimension and like, you know, this is an alternate reality or
could be dreaming right now, like everything.
Like
yeah.
Yeah, I could be in a coma. Yeah, you know, like.
I know this isn't going to be convincing because I know that kind of feeling, but I am a fully aware individual right now, and you are not dreaming. This is reality. I know I can't prove it. And
you're gonna pinch me right now,
but
no, I know it
has to be said.
I know it's real. Like it's fine. Like
disassociating is scary. Disassociating is scary as fuck. I did it a lot. I disassociated a lot as a kid, and it was because of my parents' abuse. It was like a mechanism, protection mechanism. What's the phrase? Defense
Repression?
mechanism.
Defense. There you go. Yeah.
Defense
a
mechanism.
defense mechanism.
It was a defense mechanism to deal with how abusive my parents were when I was growing up. And it was really fucking scary. I would be like at church learning about the love of God and how you should
Yeah.
treat people, and not being able to reconcile that with how my very Mormon parents were treating me back then. And like my mom's made it up to me, my dad hasn't. He's a piece of shit that's trying to get my mom to kill herself because he's just super fucking pissed off about the divorce. But like I couldn't reconcile it. There was no logic behind it, and it got to the point I went to like my middle school biology teacher and asked her, "Hey, why do I sometimes not think that things are real?" And she just had no fucking answer for me. I was like, "You're the only person I could
Aren't
think
you the
of to
science
ask."
teacher? You're supposed to know.
You'd be the best person to ask,
She
I
was
thought.
just
But
like, maybe you should talk to a doctor about it.
wow.
I don't know.
Go to the school nurse. Here goes an ice pack.
I'm just glad like my dissociation stopped around the last year I was in the Marine Corps. I was finally able to like reconcile shit in my mind, I think. And I'm a lot healthier for it now, but it was a scary time.
there it goes.
It was a scary time for sure. I was the most suicidal I had been in my entire life, and this sticks with me every day. I was the most suicidal I had been in my entire life, and that's including past like suicidal attempts that I just didn't really go through with. And it was when I was stationed in 172 on a Camp Foster. I just lost my mind for a day and told myself I had to fucking die. And this is what sticks with me though. I looked in the mirror and told myself I could get past this. And that was like, I know like this isn't advice to anyone who is dealing with suicidal tendencies. I know that it's probably not gonna work for anyone else, but that was the moment where I like kind of got my shit together a little bit and was able to build back my mental health from there.
I'm
It was
happy.
it was a crazy day.
Yeah,
It was
glad
a
to
crazy
have you,
day.
bro. I'm
It
glad
was a
that you
shitty day, but I'm happy
able to
that
pull
you're
that
getting
out.
better.
Cause yeah.
Oh, look at all of us maturing and getting better. I'm so proud of you. You glow up. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, you have no fucking idea what that. Okay, so like stopping the drinking and everything was like, it's good, but like everything else that happened afterwards was just like so much better. It was so eye opening once I stopped drinking because like I stopped giving myself the excuse like you're drunk, you can't do anything, right? Because that was always the thing, right? For me, when my mom called, it's like I don't want to have that shame of like talking to my mom while drunk, and she's just like, you are drunk all the time, right? So I just wouldn't answer my mom's phone calls. I wouldn't like go outside and do like anything else, right? I wouldn't like do shit. I wouldn't go outside. It started to become like even more antisocial than I already was, and like stop talking to like even my best friend. Like my best friend, he's just a few. He's on the same block. Like he's right around the corner. I could walk there, right?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even hang out with him, right? I think I took like a real low point, and then like for me, it was just that realization that like my life isn't as shitty as I keep on telling myself it is, right? Like every morning I used to tell myself like you're fucking ugly, you're never gonna be loved by anybody, you have to be so much better in life. Like why are you so shitty, right? And this is just automatic. This wasn't like I actively thinking this. This is just looking to the mirror, ugly. Like it was just so it was so bad. And then like I had to like sit myself down, stop drinking, stop doing all this shit, and stop smoking. Smoking weed for me, I get anxious. I get like opposite effect. I do not chill the fuck out. Like I start to spaz. I start to get quiet, and I start to listen for like
That's
people in the
why I
hallway
need
and
to get
shit.
indica for my next weed run.
No, any of it for me, any of it for me was just nah. I fucking can't do it. So, I like after I stopped doing all that shit, then I started to like lift myself out of that like funk, that depression, like kind of like just sit down, don't do anything, and I started to be like, okay, you literally have so much you can do. You're in a great spot right now. Like you don't have any kids, you have a full time job, you're in a salary job, you're like you went to school and got the job you wanted, and you can still build your whole career from here. And it's like, why did I tell myself for so long that it was over? You know, like at 32, like I was thinking it was over at 32, which is just not true. You know, and I think that's something that a lot of people
Yeah.
kind of go through. It's like trying to get out of that funk. That's gonna have to be like on your own terms, right? It's the only way it sticks. That's the only way it actually stays. It's not from somebody else saying like, do this, do these steps, and then you'll be fine. It's like you have to from your inside, right? From inside, it has to come from like you wanting to get better, or
Yeah.
else you're just gonna stop. Like once as soon as you start to do something, you're gonna stop and be like, well, I don't actually want to do it. So that would be my advice, if anything. But like you said, it's gonna be different for everybody, right? How you get to that point is gonna be different for everybody. So.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it
Well,
depends.
two
So,
things.
like, for,
Two things
go ahead.
really quick. Two things really quick. I forgot that you were older than me.
Yeah.
But our ages are literally inverted. I'm 23.
Yeah, I remember that.
I thought that was funny. And two, we should talk at some point. I want tips because my New Year's resolution was actually to stop drinking. I'm
Okay.
gonna probably stick with vaping and weed and shit, but I do want to end up stopping drinking by the end of 2022.
I will tell you
Sorry,
this:
go
it
ahead,
was
Mark.
a
think,
longer process than just like what you guys seen, right? Where I was just like, okay, I'm quitting cold turkey. It wasn't cold turkey per se. It was a longer process.
You gotta wean yourself off. You gotta wean yourself off. I'm sure cold turkey hardly ever works. Sorry, Ray,
Yeah.
now you can speak.
I quit. I broke addictions this year, so I'll save the drinking for next year.
There you go.
Nice
That was
one.
another thing too, though. It's like not doing too much at one time, because then you all of a sudden are like,
Yeah.
oh my god, nothing. Like I can't do
Overwhelmed.
anything.
And
It's like,
Don't
too many
overwhelm
podcasts
yourself.
makes you anxious.
Yeah.
mhm.
Don't
Um,
overwhelm yourself is another good advice.
What are you gonna be on? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm the social one here. Hey.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that one trip in Japan. You ended up with some new Nikes recently, or some new Jordans. I'm sorry, Jordan.
Some J's.
Some
yo.
J's.
I went to Tokyo for New Year's.
Nah.
I went to Tokyo for New Year's.
All right, I want to stand up. For
This
the-
motherfucker went to Shibuya, even though it was banned, and there was a huge fucking crowd there, even though it was banned for COVID measures. This motherfucker went to Shibuya for the countdown.
They were like riot
Shibuya was like, we
shields,
don't give a
police were
fuck.
Just standing there, just ready. They were like, "There's no countdown, guys. Be quiet." And everyone's like, 3.
And then all of a sudden the countdown. Oh wow. So even the fucking engineer fucking went rogue and was like, fuck that, we doing the countdown.
Yeah, it's okay if I stand, right? Can I
Yeah,
stand?
yeah. No, there's only sitting inside of the Redcast, okay? We sit around. Oh, fuck out of here, really.
So we're drinking, right? We're drinking at this pub, and I'm like 12 pints deep, and we're like, all right, they're closing up, we gotta go, and we're like, all right, let's go. And I stumble outside, and we're like, hey, there's a hookah place, let's go here. And we start going there, and I look to my left, and I see a shoe store. I'm like, yo, hold up. I want some Jordans. I've never owned Jordans before. I want to buy some J's. All right, I need some drip in my life.
I need some drip.
Yeah, we go in the store and I buy these Jordans. They're like $150, and my boy buys all white Adidas. All right, I don't know if I was just subconsciously mad, and I assume I put Russia and Adidas together because Slav, but that we step outside.
Fucking hell, right? The tracksuit and everything.
We step outside. I was like, all right, listen. These are my first pairs of J's. No one step on my fucking J's. All right. And then I
Just like all the
ruined that
memes.
man's shoes all night.
Oh
Sandals
no.
and shoes like
Oh
chalk.
no. The all whites.
I have a snap. I have a Snapchat video of me walking to the hotel with my friends, running into a dude with a skateboard and was like, yo, you should let me try to do like some tricks. Taking my J's off, putting them to the side, standing on this dude's board and falling down like 7 times trying to do it.
Let me take the shoes off.
Okay.
Usually
okay.
people put the shoes
Actually,
on to
really
do
quick
skateboard
though,
tricks, you know.
What's up?
Really quick though, some people will call Tokyo overrated as a tourist attraction.
No, it was
However, it is literally the best vacation I ever took in my life.
Okay.
And I think Ray can corroborate that. Tokyo
I've been
is
there
the
3
best
times.
Oh yeah, I
fucking place
definitely want to
take a
visit Tokyo.
vacation at.
I 100% have to go there before I die.
I mean that might encourage some form of Orientalism, where like more people go to Tokyo and do fucked shit. But like, it seriously is the best place to fucking visit.
I
for,
think
like, a month.
I think the
So
thing for
good.
me was
So
like
I
the
would-
video games, right? It's the whole arcade fucking buildings and shit. Obviously,
Yo,
I want to do that.
I went up and down the street of Akihabara fucking 20 plus times during my trip, and
Yeah,
kept
that's
finding
awesome.
new shit. Kept finding new shit every time I walked up and down the road there. Akihabara
Yeah.
is where you're gonna find absolutely everything that you want.
Well, that was the allure, right? Was that there was like like there was like so much going on, right? Like all the time, and it's like a New York kind of feel, but it's like clean, and there's like just so much lights and stuff going on, right? It was that, and then also some of the weird like bars and stuff, like that. I think it was like the muscle woman bar or something, like where all the women are like muscular and they'll like carry you around and shit, and serve you. Yeah.
I didn't see that one, but I did see a cat made bar.
Cat made, right? So yeah, like weird stuff like that. Like I want to see
maid
that stuff.
Cafes, airsoft cafes. I went to
didn't
the
go
muscle
into
bar.
the maid cafe.
I went to the robot bar.
And knowing me, I
Robot
went to
bar.
the Gundam and Evangelion bar.
Oh yeah, I
saw
definitely
the
want to
new
see that.
Gundam. I took pictures with the new Gundam. That was awesome. Like the big ass.
The big one that they're
Did
trying to
you
make
go
move.
The Gundam Museum? Did you go to the Gundam Museum at that
No,
one
I
mall?
don't know. Yeah, it's right there next to the Gundam. Yeah, I walked around, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, Lucid said shots. By the way, he's fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll take one. I'll take one. I think I'm the only one drinking here, so I'll take one.
I'll drink some water.
Unless Ray is
did you just
deciding to
assume
drink now.
that I'm? going to-
Did you assume my alcoholism? Huh? Huh?
Ray,
My kidneys
you
don't
said
hurt
that you
anymore.
weren't drinking. Okay. Fair enough.
Cheers, yo.
Cheers.
I'm pouring it
excuse
out
me.
still. Cheers. Okay, we're good.
So,
Yo, I kind of joined the Yakuza.
Yeah,
least in
this story's
Sasebo.
good. This story's really good.
Yeah.
So,
Are we in
so
GTA
the
or?
whole month and just no,
No,
it's
like
No,
actual
no.
Yakuza.
No.
no, yeah, he was asking if I was safe. So,
Gotcha.
So in Sasebo it was lit. I had a boy that was on the ship. He had an apartment in Sasebo, so I would just like wake up in the morning and go to this apartment for the weekends and just go party. And I got a Japanese mom.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say her name, but yeah. So like my first night in Sasebo, I go in this bar. And I'm drinking with them, and like we get really drunk. You know me, I'm the hype guy. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I do. And we end up like taking our shirts off and slapping the shit out of each other, like see who's stronger. You know. And
Okay.
yeah, like crazy stuff like that. But I can't remember how it started, but like I was going to this place like every day to drink. Right, it got to the point where like I would come in, and she would like call someone, and they would bring me like a bottle of whatever I wanted and a
Mm.
mixer, and then I would just sit with that there.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
Nice. VIP
like,
status.
And I got pictures and all this stuff to prove it. She bought me socks for Christmas. Okay, that's how serious this was.
Socks,
right?
damn.
She bought me socks for Christmas. Yeah. And
Some intimate garments right there.
Sucks for Christmas too.
freaking but it got so how I accidentally joined I kind of am accepted into the Yakuza in Sasebo is, well, the first time I got really drunk and I was like emotional, and I'm like walking back at like 3 a.m. and I'm watching these two dudes like beat the shit out of each other, and it's a Yakuza. They're like fighting, right? They like stumble out of a bar and they start like just fucking fighting. And the police come up and they're like, "Hey, don't do that," and then like slap them on the hand basically because they're paid off, and they leave.
Yeah.
And like everyone around them is like leaving because it's a taboo to watch the Yakuza fighting. But I watched these dudes fight, and I was like, "Oh, nice." Followed them,
MMA.
like stalked them to Family Mart, and I'm in Family Mart, and I've been like mad eyeing this dude.
Not even hiding it, huh?
You know, just like yeah, just because I wanted to fight. I don't know why, but I wanted to fight. And I was like, how cool would it be if I got to fight the Yakuza? You know, that'd be a great story to tell my friends if they don't kill me.
Oh my god.
if I don't die.
You have a death wish.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I actually did. I get crazy when I'm drunk. But I was like, yo, I saw your fight earlier, and I'd like to fight you. And he was like, get the fuck out of here. And he like walked away. And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I want to fight you. Like, right, I will give you $20 to fight me right now. All right. And he was like, no, because like I had just watched Fight Club too, so I wanted to
Oh my goodness.
get people to fight you.
Yeah, I bet. Because people don't usually want to get hurt.
So that was my first interaction with him out there. But how I got accepted into him is like, at that bar, some of them would like hang out, like some of the hires or whatever. And I taught the bartender, because I called her mom. So like every time like I'd be, hey mom, like, you know, I was like, oh, Kosan, give me a shot or whatever. And everyone would be like, huh, is that your kid? And she'd be like, yeah, that's my kid, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, like just yeah.
I'm getting details I didn't have before. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm just rambling. Sorry. Getting to the point. So I see that she has cards, and so I'm like, yo, you want to play poker? Like, anyone know how to play poker? And so I teach her how to play poker, and it got to the point where like it was on schedule. I'm talking about we had a routine. Like I'd go there, we drink, act like everything's normal, get tipsy and stuff. The non-regulars would leave, and then she'd like flip the sign, and then it was an underground poker ring.
Interesting.
3 in the morning.
You got some movie shit going on in your life. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Pictures too.
Yeah.
I'm not even capping. I got pictures. I have a picture of me flipping them off because I lost $500 in one hand.
I'm not even playing. I was like, fuck you guys. Yeah.
I was in deep, bro. I was in deep because it was like I can't leave. Like I can't just stop because then I'm suspicious. But at the same time, I have the protection of if they kill an American, then they have the whole military after them in Japan, and then they lose business. So I'm covered, you know.
I can do what I want.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that one movie? What was that one movie with the white guy who thought he was like invincible, and he's like from Florida? What was that one movie called?
Which one?
Yeah, the one where he was like a white boy and he thought he was invincible. He thought he was sleeping or something, and so he was like doing a bunch of shit that would get him killed. It was like in Florida. Fuck, I gotta remember that movie.
I don't know. Reddick, maybe?
No, it was a funny ass movie. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Reddick.
I don't fucking know.
So
Vin Diesel's white, right? I think he was white. I don't know.
So they have this place called Lion's Tower, and it's just 10 stories of bars, and there's multiple bars on each level. And my first night going there, because it was like 2 a.m. when I left the poker games, right? And I was like, yo, because you're not supposed to be outside after 1 if you're in the military, right? You have a curfew?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I gotta hide somewhere. And I see this big ass building full of bars, and I was like, oh, I know where I'm going.
Sounds like a lovely place to meet.
On the 10th floor, I started at the very top, and I just worked my way down little by little. And by the time I got to the 6th floor, I don't remember getting to the 6th floor, but I woke up on a couch in the bar, and there was this cute Japanese bartender. She was like, hey, you can't sleep here. And I was like, oh, what? Here's money. Oh, I paid. And she's like, no. It's like 6 a.m. I'm trying to close.
Like, no, I'm going home. You can forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then I went there one more time because I had been out here for a month by myself, right? Because I went pre-Advon to the deployment. So when we got a port call in like January, like February-ish. Like the Marines were like, "Hey, Ray, like you need to show us what's up," and I'm like, "All right, we're going to Lion's Tower," you know,
Mhm.
and we did the same thing, and it was so fun because we got to like the 5th floor, and it was this like karaoke bar, and it was just this one dude
Oh,
really
hell yeah.
creepingly sitting in there, and then the bartender, and I was like, "All right, Marines, let me show you how you drink at a bar." And I walk up and I'm like, 2 shots, 1 for me, 1 for you. I got you. Hey, you want a shot? I got you. Get over here. And like, so you always buy the bartender a shot. All right, Twitch. If you can learn anything from me,
Bar
always
etiquette
buy
here.
the bartender shot first. Your drinks will be way better. The bartender will like you. Your service is faster. That's how you do it. All right, that's how you get in deep.
Damn.
Pro
I
tip.
went bar
It's
hopping
psychological.
recently, and I wish I knew that. Okay.
It's
Okay.
psychological. All right, I'm a alcohol connoisseur. All right, it's probably not really hard to break my alcohol addiction. I'm really good at it. Anyways,
I'm a pro at this.
so like, this bar is like dead. Like I said, there's only that one dude in there, and then this girl comes in, like some Japanese girl, and all my Marines are like, "Hey, Ray, hey, you know Japanese? You should go talk to her." And so I was like,
You know Japanese.
"All right, I know what to do." And I go up and I pick a
I got
song
the
on the
Cliff
karaoke
Notes.
machine. I go
Real
up.
quick.
I pick it. Well, what's up?
Real quick, I got the Cliff Notes version of all of these stories.
Mm.
I am so happy that I'm getting the details now.
It's
Because I'm
this is
sorry,
like some
Ray.
movie
Yeah,
shit, to be
I'll
honest with
get
you.
shot
This is
real quick.
crazy. Life is way different than mine, let me tell you.
I called Noxie at like 4 a.m. Just passed out, like not even passed out, but like
Noxie's a
just in an
gem,
alley.
even though she supports
Yeah.
capitalism.
I was like, "Hey, Noxie, yo, what's up?" And then I just talked to her for like 4 hours, waiting for it to become daytime so I can go home without getting in trouble. And she was like, "Ray, you are wild. What are you doing? Like, you literally just go out there and do whatever you want, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm just having a good time. I just look for fun." But anyways, I'm freaking in this bar, and I pick a song, and I grab the mic, and it's this Japanese song that I know, like, word for word. That was, like, a really popular, like, 90s, like, angsty teen song type thing.
Dame,
No, it's Bonsai.
Dame,
Yeah, I'm a good in my thought. All right, but I'm not singing it. But like everyone knows it. Like, it's like one of those parts. Like everyone knows "Get Low" by like Lil Jon. You know, it's
Yeah,
like one of those.
yeah.
And so
yeah.
I I get the mic and I play it. And this girl and the guy and the bartender look at me like, "You did not just pick this song." And then I start singing it to them. And then they start grabbing my, and then we all start singing.
Nice.
It was such a good time. My Marines super impressed. I spit all of the game, all right? It was
Nice.
hilarious because by the end of the night, I have a video of me chugging like 3 shots, and she's literally singing, karaokeing the theme to Evangelion in the background.
What are these scenes you be setting up? Holy shit.
You want to talk
Dear
about
God.
memories? Man, I just live, all right? I just live life. I just go out there and live large. It was awesome.
Fair enough.
For the dude, another piece of advice. So if you go to Tokyo for vacation, don't be in Roppongi after midnight, because that's when all the girls of the night come out. But they're not actually the girls of the night, which it sounds nice, right? But the problem is like, so like I'm walking out the bar, let's be honest, I'm stumbling out of the bar, and I'm sitting there at the crosswalk, and this girl comes up to me and she like grabs me on the arm and she's like, "Hey, I have something very special for you if you come with me." I'm like, "No, like I know what this is. Get off me, right? Like don't touch me, you know." Like they are persistent. They will follow you. They will chase you down. They will hold you. I literally had to jaywalk during a green light, right? Like through traffic. I like dodged my way through traffic to the middle of the road to get her to leave me alone. So just be careful in Roppongi. But
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Some pro advice from Ray over here. Glad we have a Japanese, tour guide for us to get some information for.
Yeah, so I ranted for a
my,
while.
my
there.
little bit of tour advice for Tokyo.
Always at the end.
Take the bus tour for Mount Fuji. You will get some of the best food that you've ever had in your life. You will go to a sumo wrestling place where they give you potluck stuff, and it's delicious. They will take you to an even more traditional place where they give you even better food that's even more delicious. And if you're going with your parents, which I did, in my case, my parents showed up for the last week of my Tokyo trip, and they paid for this trip, the bus tour. If you go with your parents and they're disgusted by seafood, then you get 3 helpings of the extra delicious shit.
Ah.
So, just saying, take the bus tour of Mount Fuji. It's fucking fantastic.
Got that bus tour and take people who don't like seafood. All right.
I had to look at all my pictures. 'Cause, obviously, I don't remember some of the things. So, that bar before the night I bought my J's. Before I bought my J's, oh, this is why I hate my brother. I just got asked. Man, I've been back for almost a month, and this man has not messaged me. And I have a message on my phone asking for $43.
43. Very specific.
Yeah, 43 exactly.
43.
And I
25
feel so
cents.
bad because I know he really, really needs help. But like, I just went $30,000 in debt. All right? I'm going through it. I need my money. I'll probably
I'm
send
going
it
through some shit, bro.
later after I drank enough. But
Oh god.
so the night before the night I bought my J's, before we left the bar that I said we left to go to the shoe store, there was this girl from Thailand in there, and she was very noticeable because she had some things hanging out, you know.
Ah.
And yeah, and like all the
Okay.
guys I was with noticed, like all of them noticed, and they kept
Really?
talking about this girl, and I was like, well, yeah. I was like, well, if you're gonna get, I was like, if you guys are gonna keep talking about it, just go fucking talk to her. And they were like, well, since you're telling us to, you should. And I was like, fine, I will. And I went over there because we made a bet. So I went over there. I'm not
Oh,
misogynistic
bet? Oh,
in any way.
money?
I didn't do it. But yeah, they were like, yeah, you can't get her number and stuff. And I was like, all right, fucking watch. I literally sat down. I came over. I sat down. I was like, hey, I just need to ask you one thing real quick. And she was like, what's up? I was like, yo, they just bet me $100 I couldn't give your number. I'll give you $50, or I'll buy this whole table like drinks, like $50 worth if you just give me your number. And she was like, that is very interesting. I was like, yeah, but like we have to pretend like we're talking and getting to know each other and stuff for a minute.
That's so stupid.
And she was like, okay. And so she gave me her number. But then like my friends went to leave because they wanted me to take her home, but you know I'm not doing that. And so like my friends are leaving the bar, and my friend stops by and they're like, oh hey, happy birthday, Ray. I hope you have a good night. And like he left. It's not my birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, and then my other friend came and did it, and she was like, the birthday trick, huh? And I was like, oh, you've seen this one before? You know, like we were very like self-aware of what was going on.
Damn.
Yeah.
Saw right through that shit.
Dear
It was a good night,
God. These motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some
I
W
have to
wingman
say,
stuff right there.
Yeah, that was
Real
when I was in
man hours.
when I was in Sasebo. I got some Polaroid pictures because Polaroids are a huge thing in Japan. Like you don't really take selfies on your phone if you're in a bar. The bar typically has a Polaroid camera, and then you get to keep the picture. I don't know why that's a
Nice.
thing, but it's a thing. But it's awesome.
That's a cool
'cause, you
thing.
know,
Yeah, it is a cool
honestly.
thing, yeah.
It's cooler
yeah.
than selfies. It's cooler
Like,
than
if you end
selfies
up-
on Instagram, for sure.
If you end up living with me, you know, you'll get to see all my Polaroids and pictures and stuff proving that this is real.
When I end up living with you is what you mean.
Yeah, when. So, what's it
We're
called?
planning to make a commune.
Oh.
Wait, I
That'd
was
be
talking
interesting to
about a
visit.
condo
And
in
maybe a
Cali, but okay.
polycule. Maybe a polycule too. I don't know.
But let's see, what else? Any questions or more stories?
Oh, I was just kind of listening to your stories and stuff like that. I'm
Those
like
are good
very
ass-
curious
those were
about the
all
Japanese
good-ass
experience. 'Cause,
stories.
yeah.
Japan's great. Japan's great.
Japan
it's
is
a very,
awesome.
very cultured country. and it's very nice there. Visit Tokyo if you want to. It's a very good trip if you know where to look. Which knowing where to look means going to Akihabara and a bus tour of Mount Fuji.
All
And
right.
also
everyone knows.
look at the temples and shit. Look at the temples. The temples are great.
Yeah, so everyone knows the basic stuff, like, oh, just go to Tokyo, go to Akihabara and stuff. So I don't make plans, okay? I am not that type
I
person.
didn't either. I didn't either. It was only once my parents showed up the plans were put into place. I just took the subway wherever the fuck I wanted before my parents showed up for that trip.
I'm also like sociable though and outgoing, so like
Yeah.
if you need to make plans, make plans. But me, I just go out there and just send it, and it's fun
Fair
every
enough.
time.
See, yeah,
just
but
said
Fair
I
enough.
heard that there was like, a good amount of the population that doesn't like, outsiders and stuff like that. So I always have a fear that I'm
Nah.
going to be like annoying as fuck to some people without
So
realizing,
you're
being
gonna be
American,
intimidating,
right?
and everyone's gonna be horrified of you because you're black. All right.
Well, no shit.
And that sounds very racist.
No, I know that though.
Okay.
But that was another thing though.
So, like,
No, I actually knew that though.
We've been shilling. We've been shilling for a racist ass country this entire time. Jesus.
I know that though. I know that. I knew that going in. That
Yeah.
there's gonna be some people
So
who are
like
just
the
straight
first
up
time
like.
I brought the first time I brought my girl into the barracks, my roommate, not gonna say the name, was black at the time, and
At the time.
he was in the bathroom. Well, yeah, that roommate at the time, it was a black
Oh,
person.
I thought you like
And,
changed like Michael Jackson or something. Like, hold on. What the?
They went Michael Jackson on us. And I'm freaking. I bring her in the
This is
room,
before
and she's
I
like
knew
standing
Ray.
there. Yeah, it's before you knew me. So I bring her in the room, and she's standing there, and she's just chilling. She's like, "Oh, so this is what it's like to be in here." And then I almost said his name. And then my roommate comes out of the bathroom, and he's black. And she went, "Huh? Who is that? Who's that?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yo, calm down." And she was like,
Another reason to
my
hate
roommate was
Erica.
like, "Oh." My roommate was like, "Oh, that's how it is, huh? That's how it is. I see how it is. All right." And then he left.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't worry.
Jesus.
No, yeah, I knew this though. That they
most-
don't like outsiders,
yeah,
but more
most of the
specifically
handlers
darker
and-
skins. Like, yeah, they're really.
Yeah, most of the people in Roppongi and stuff, like the night people, like they tend to be like Nigerian or just of color because they're intimidating to them, so they're more likely to just do what they tell you to do, and because they'll leave you alone. So.
Oh God.
Mm.
Yeah. So a lot of people. So I would, and was the thing I wanted to say, but I don't remember why I didn't say it. But like, visiting Japan is great. Living in Japan is not. So what people don't realize is like, culture is an iceberg. All right, culture of people is an iceberg. You have what's above the water, which everyone sees. The anime, the food,
Yeah.
the people,
The
the
hentai,
girls,
yeah.
all that stuff. And then you have all the stuff
anime-
under the water, which is like
Anime too, though. Anime too, though, has like really racist caricatures of black
Oh yeah.
people more than likely.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But you have the stuff under the iceberg, like I was saying. So, like, the schooling systems, how they raise their kids, like morals, ethics, disciplines, all that type of stuff that you don't really think about until you live here. And most people in Japan are, like, super depressed because of how bad it can be here, like how traditional it is here.
Also, how
cool place.
hyper-capitalist Japan is. That's another thing.
Yeah, had to
like,
throw the hyper.
the whole work culture around Japan is pretty fucked up.
It's pretty much like
The
working till you die,
businesses
right?
here- the businesses here won't fire you because it's like, it's rude. They will make a whole nother subdivision that's not needed in their company, put you as the team lead on it so you think you're getting promoted, and then lay you off because they're like, oh, we don't need this division. And that's how they fire you.
That is
Yeah,
such a
they're
passive aggressive
insane.
way to do business. Like, what the fuck?
It's
Like,
hyper-capitalist. It's hyper-capitalist.
oh my god.
Yo, okay. One thing that Josie did, like, Josie, Evie, but one thing Josie did that pissed me the fuck off was when he sent me the picture of the one Communist Party leader in Japan getting stabbed. And was just like, fight evil wherever it exists or whatever. Like, that actually pissed me off. Like, you have one faction within a hyper-capitalist, racist as fuck country that's working to make it better. And you want to point out the one instance where one of its leaders got stabbed by some fucking far-right motherfucker. Like, god damn it.
There's
like,
a lot
that
of
actually
far
did
right
piss me
in
off.
Japan. There's
I would
actually a
have
lot of
guessed.
people-
Yeah, I would have.
Very
people.
right-wing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Japan
people
is
who
very
like.
right-wing.
There's a lot of people, even in Okinawa, that are like, yo, like
Yeah,
the rising sun.
That's like,
You know, like
that's
Mm.
like
They're
that's
like,
like,
"Let's do
one
it,"
thing
like,
that gave
let's-
me
yeah.
hope though. That's one thing that gave me hope though, was the whenever we would have protests off base from left-wing groups that wanted to
Yeah.
get the bases out of Okinawa. That was one thing that
when,
would give me hope.
The George
There were
Floyd stuff
left-wing
happened,
groups.
There was a huge Black Lives Matter protest out here that like shut down
Hell
the whole
yeah.
island almost.
Hell yeah.
Like, could you imagine shutting down an island? like,
No.
they shut the island down.
No, I can't. But I also didn't think the
Space
United States
Okinawa.
government could shut down, but we proved that could happen, way back, a few years back. So,
But there were intermittent protests outside of the base that me and Ray were stationed on from left-wing groups trying to get like the imperialist Yankees out of their land, which I fully support. I fully support that shit, 100%.
yeah, I mean, they're their own country, right? It's like, why the fuck are you interfering? What the fuck are you over here? Hey, misunderstood. Misunderstood. He's spamming his email. Yeah.
When we interfered in the first place, they were trying to genocide the Chinese. So the
all
initial
hate each other out
intervention
here.
was
They really hate each
justified.
other out
The
here.
initial interference was justified. It
Mm.
just doesn't make any difference now, and we're just here to counter China because China's socialist.
That's interesting. He switched sides. Like, what the fuck?
With the whole
we're
military
still here
thing being
just
out
to
here,
fuck with China.
it's like obviously the stuff that happens out here is none of our business, right? But Japan asked us to be out here, right? You know, they can't have a military because of Article 15 from World War II because of the
Right.
war crimes
Mm.
that everyone.
JASDF is not really a military force, even though it is in the top 10
Oh yeah, it's in the
funded
top 10.
military forces. It is in
But
the
it's a
top 10
defense
military
force. Hey.
forces, even though
Someone's
it's
saying hi.
technically
Yeah,
not
Dreamer,
a
what's up?
military
What's up, Dreamer?
force because it's not allowed to be a military force.
Yeah.
It has top 10 in funding for militaries, but it's not allowed to be a military force.
Hey, maybe they got something going on underground. You know, you never know.
Sword, in my opinion, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
us being here is a deterrence for them to get attacked, but us being here also makes them a target to be attacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When has China ever fucking targeted Japan in modern memory? Like the last time China targeted
serious?
Japan,
What do you
China
mean?
was
No, they're always
Mongolia.
around
No.
Miyako
Hold on. The last time
Island.
China targeted.
on a ship for 4 months.
Hold up.
Hold on.
Hold up.
You weren't.
Two
Hold
fucking
on.
seconds. Hold up for
Yeah,
two
yeah.
fucking seconds.
Yeah,
The
I'm
last
listening, I'm
time
listening.
China targeted Japan in a military venture, it wasn't China, it was just Mongolia fucking taking over China and trying to invade Japan. Like, it was the Mongolian Empire that tried to take Japan back then.
So you say
China
in a
has
military
never tried
venture,
to imperialize. China has never tried to imperialize Japan.
Hey, guess walking off the set now. What you doing, Nathan?
Yeah, just out of anger. I'm about to Will Smith up in this bitch, right?
I hate that is a fucking phrase now. Somebody about to get Will Smith out here. Oh, man.
Okay. I love you too.
We'll
I
talk
seen
about it
like
You're
later.
wrong
a.
about a lot of
I'm
things.
not-
You're wrong about a
Yeah.
lot of things.
I've seen somebody doing doing like an interview about what
happened.
happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock, and they're sitting there like doing the interview, and they're like, yeah, I really stand against violence. And as soon as she says violence, Will Smith's picture pops up on the screen, and I was just like, oh, now he's the face of violence now, like.
I saw a take. I saw a take on Twitter. And it was like it said white people are only in favor of systemic violence, not any other form of violence. That's why every liberal has been freaking out about Will Smith.
Yeah.
They're in favor of systemic violence, and
I
that's
mean,
it.
that must have been confusing for all those extreme people, right? Because they're sitting there like, okay, wait, it's a black person who got slapped, but it's a black person who's doing the slapping. Like, wait a minute, how do we? Black Lives Matter, but like,
What are we doing?
which way would you go? Like, right? Got fucked up on that one.
Liberals stay ideologically consistent. Challenge. Hashtag impossible.
Alright, to get off of the
Politics. It's ship stories time, if that's okay.
All right.
All right. Let's go.
So, first night of ship. First night we're there. This happened allegedly. Right?
Allegedly in GTA on Minecraft servers.
yeah, in GTA on Minecraft servers.
In a video game.
Yeah. So we all just got back from drink. It's our first night in Sassville, so we all went drinking, like all the pre-Advon people. And none of my Marines were with me. These are all random Marines, but like I'm kind of like in charge of them because I'm a sergeant or whatever. And so we're all drinking. We're all sitting in the circle, talking on the ship, like just really drunk. And this dude. So like if you don't, the racks are like stacked, so they go up to like 5.5 feet high. Is like the top one. This dude. We're all sitting there talking, and it's like 1 in the morning. This dude falls out of the rack, fucking face smacks on the ground.
Excuse
He goes,
me.
"Oh, my face, my back!"
You know, some old dude.
And we
Some SpongeBob shit. What the fuck?
yeah. We
Oh
were
my
like,
God.
We look at him and we're like, "Yo, bro, you good?" Like we help him up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. Just going to the bathroom." And he like walks over to where the head is. The door's locked, so he comes back, whips his thing out, and starts pissing on us.
On you guys. Like, hey yo.
I'm telling you, dude.
Somebody
I'm
would have a
telling you,
drunk fight.
I had never seen controlled chaos this much in my life. I out of no, before I can even do anything, one of the corporals is just on this dude, just
Yeah.
shit.
As I expect.
I'm like, get off him. I'm like, I'm choke holding this dude, and he's like, it was funny because like I pulled him off, and then we were like, who are you, dude? Because we don't know who this dude is, and he was like, I don't know. Who the fuck are you?
Just get back to. Oh man.
Oh my God, I love this story.
we get this dude up and we sit him against the wall, like he's gotta like we gotta help this guy. We don't know who he is, so we're like, yo, like I'm in front of him, you know, I'm doing like my drunk squat like this. I'm like, all right, who are you? I'm like, where do you work?
Drunk squad. The Slav side.
You know, like he was like I'm Staff
Tripolowski.
Sergeant blah blah blah, which if you don't know, Staff Sergeant is a staff NCO. So instantly
Is
everyone
one
was just like,
one step above Ray's rank right now.
Mm.
One
but
rank
it's
above
kind of
Ray's.
it's a big difference though. It's a big difference.
Yeah, it is a pretty big
So like
difference.
for me,
Mm.
I can just get in trouble with my officers. If you want to get a staff sergeant or higher in trouble, it takes an act of Congress
Ah.
to put
Wow.
it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
So-
fucking it's crazy. It's crazy
Yeah.
shit.
So he's like, I'm a staff sergeant. And I look up at the Marines and everyone is just like, oh, fuck. Because we just assaulted a staff NCO, right?
Mm.
And so I'm like, all right, go get some water. You go get some paper towels. Let's clean this dude up. Let's figure out like where he works and stuff. And I'm like leaning in front of this dude. I'm like, let me help you. Like, who are you? And I'm like, where do you work? He's like, oh, I don't know where I am or anything. And I give him some water. And he goes to drink the water. All right.
Mm.
At this point, I'm tired of. I got piss on me. You know, I'm trying to take care of this guy.
Yeah.
And he like starts to wipe up his own piss and stuff because he peed everywhere. And we're like, you gotta clean this up. Like we're not doing it. And he was like, thank you guys for taking care of me. Blah blah blah. And we're like, oh no worries. He doesn't remember. We just knocked his fucking shit out. And he goes to drink this water. He drinks this water. looks at me, and then just barfs.
Oh my! How are you not fighting this man? How are you not laying hands on him?
Wait.
Hold
I'm
up,
getting
hold
there.
up, hold up, Abby, hold
'Cause-
up, hold up.
The puking on me part, like, I guess that's kind of forgivable. Not really. Kind of, but you know, it's a staph NCO, so I'm gotta.
He only
stay calm.
has
So I'm
one
like,
more
"Yo,
excrement
what the
before
fuck?"
he's emptied all his body
Yeah,
fluids.
yeah.
Like,
I was like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck? You just puked on me." And he went, "You shouldn't have been standing there." And then I just.
yeah. Would have been hands would have been put on this man. Like the fuck. Like,
Dude, all of my like, cause like, so you gotta remember, we came to the ship early, so like, after this, like, I was like the cool dude. I was the sergeant that knocked out a staff sergeant. So like, all the Marines were like really cool with me. Like the whole story. Somehow the story got all the way back to like home command because like no names, no nothing. Cause like when everyone got on ship, they were briefing us like, all right, this is where everyone's gonna live. This is where and stuff. Remember, if you need to use the restroom, go to the bathroom, and there will be no assaulting of each other, of any kind. They look at me like
That's a
like,
detail
like
I didn't know.
we're all
That's a
sitting there,
detail I didn't know.
we just kind of look at each other like, shut the fuck up. Don't
yeah.
You know? Like, another ship story.
This is
So-
what I'm talking about. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I reckon
right?
a little bit.
But this is what I was talking about. Like I heard all of these stories, but I got the footnotes version of it, and I am getting more details, and I love these stories so much more now.
So,
There's some wild stories for sure. I mean, the start of the story was a man
so
flopping on the fucking deck with his face first, like, yeah.
so before I change the subject on that story, this guy came like the next day, like before, like the next day.
So
came in and
3 times he
apologized
came on
to
you
all
too.
the
I've
other
heard this
people,
part.
right? Yeah, he came in and apologized to all the other guys, but he never apologized to me. But every time I was in the hallway or something, like, this dude was my bitch, I'm telling you. Like, anytime I was in the hallway, he'd move out of my way. You know, like, he'd move out of my way when I was walking. You know, like, he'd, like, give me side-eye glances and stuff, but never freaking, never freaking apologized for pissing or puking on me.
Interesting.
I never apologized for also knocking him out, so.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Well, I mean, dude obviously couldn't hold his fucking liquor, so it's like, well, fuck you, guy. Control your dead self.
More stories.
So this one's not as good, I think. But so there's this thing called the ship store where like they stock stuff and you can buy it like in the middle of the ocean, so you can have things like ramen or candy or whatever, energy drinks, you know, very valuable things. So I'm eating ramen one day. I'm eating some ramen, and one of my boys walks up. He's like, "Hey, let me get a bite of that," because you know we're all gay on ship. You know, we all live.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, yeah, here you go. And so he like eats 2 bites of my ramen, and I was like, all right, just tag me back. And then like I leave and I eat my ramen, and then like 3 days later he's eating ramen. I was like, yo, bro, I see you got some ramen.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And like he turns around to do something, and the ramen was just made, so like it's on the table. So I bend over like this to twist the ramen like around the fork, and I take like a big thing of ramen,
Yeah.
and I go to put it in my I go to put it.
Fucked up.
I go to put it in my mouth, and he turns. I'm like, so I'm like this. I like got the noodles in my mouth, and I'm looking at him like this, and he's like, bro, what the fuck, you're eating all my ramen? And I instantly gagged and
Oh no. Oh no.
He was like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, dude, the whole room, the whole workspace died for like 10 minutes. Work was not done for like a good, this is like 3 in the morning. We're not doing anything anyways. But like everyone just died. Like, we had people from like the next room over come in, and they were like, what is going on? You know, like, is something wrong? And no one could talk. We're all on the floor dying laughing. But he goes, he's like, man, I can't believe you did. This is like 2 months in the middle of the ocean, right? And this is like, ramen is really rare.
Yeah.
Right? This is like gold. And he's like, man, I can't believe you did that.
He's like, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it, still gonna take these.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You never told me that you still ate.
I could imagine that. Either there's no alternative or the alternative isn't on par with spit out noodles.
Yeah.
Better than the shit food.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have 2 pictures. So like I took a picture the first time, like the first meal on ship, and it was like really nice. It was like chicken parmesan, there was vegetables, there was ranch, I had seasonings and all this nice shit. And then I took a picture of my last meal on ship, and it was peas and slop.
Oh.
Nothing else. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Those Navy fridges couldn't hold up for the long ass
Yeah.
fucking operation, I guess.
Yeah. I lost like 15 pounds.
I
'cause
was gonna
only
say.
eating 1 meal a day.
I wouldn't be eating.
And I replaced VR chat with eating, like so, like, because we were working. You're either working all the time or you're like laying in bed. Yeah, the talking to people. Yeah, I replaced VR chat with talking to people.
You know, the thing that normal people do.
And this dude, so like we're sitting there. Can I say the F word here? Can I
Yeah,
say
yeah,
the F word here? Okay.
It's for mature audiences.
Like, we're all
Fuck.
faggots here. We're all faggots here.
On Twitch though.
Just saying. Fun's gonna fucking
we're sitting
report.
there
That's
eating.
heavy.
So like, no, just like,
Come on, FBI agent, not today.
Please.
Please tell me you missed the notification. Please miss the notification.
So I don't know how this rumor got, but apparently when I was really drunk, I totally was like hitting on like someone or something like out in town, and they were like, "What if that's a lady boy?" And I was like, "Well, then I'm sucking their dick, right?" You know, like
Yeah.
And,
We're all queer. Faggots are
but I don't
use in
don't-
this
I don't-
context. We're all queer as hell.
shut up.
I don't
Shut up,
know
Twitch.
this.
We can say faggot.
What? Twitch?
Yeah. Big of you to say that on my channel. Why don't you get your own, man?
I will. So anyways, so I started getting rumors like at Chow, they'd just be fucking like, "Hey, what's up, ladyboy lover?" or "What's up, cock gobbler?" You know, like, and I can't remember how it got there, but we started talking about yanderes. All right.
Yeah.
We started talking about yanderes and like Gasai and stuff and like crazy people, and it's like, don't you understand the appeal? I just want someone to have sex with me and put a knife to my throat at the same time, like mine hunters. And what behoove of me, what I did not know, is that there was a girl 2 seats to my left just staring at me after I said that. And everyone at the table died. Yeah, everyone at the table died.
I've heard all of
And
these
I looked
stories.
at her.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, what's so funny? Like, okay, guys, like, it really wasn't that funny. And they're like, no, look to your left. And I looked, and it's this girl, and she goes, hey. And I was like, oh, hi. And she was like,
This
you like
ended up
mine
being
hunters?
Mama-san,
Yeah.
right? Did this end up being Mama-san?
No, this is a girl on the ship. This is a girl on the ship.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, this is some
Okay,
Navy
I
girl,
remember
yeah.
now. I remember now.
But anyways,
okay,
we
yeah.
ended up having a conversation for like 4 hours, and I got her number and her social medias and everything from that.
Damn.
Wow.
So-
Did she
Sometimes
ever,
you just
do the, with the, no,
No.
with the, damn, well.
No, maybe in California. who knows?
Not yet. She still needs to figure out. All right.
Yeah. She's got to finish reading Mine Hunters first. Yeah. What else? I fell down the stairs, bro. Again. So last time I fell down the stairs on ship, I dislocated my shoulder.
This one I
tried to
didn't
catch
learn.
myself.
This one I-
Stairs challenged
yeah.
as well?
Well, yeah, it's not like really a story. It's just talking. It's not like a story. This time I fell down. I was like, I'm not grabbing that handle to catch myself because I almost broke my arm last time. And so I just face planted
Oh.
through the wall and stuff. And
Oh,
now I got like this scar on my
no.
elbow. Now I got like this scar on my elbow and stuff. And the person like behind me that was coming down there, like, you fucking idiot. You know? And I was like, fuck you.
Love and
You know, like,
compassion, eh?
Yeah.
Such camaraderie within the U.S. military. Am I right? Or am I
Really
right?
showing how much we care about each other out here.
So as you can still see, I have like severe ADHD and I can't sit still and I gotta be hyper. I like to be the center of attention. You know, I'm histrionic. And so like, this is a problem when you work on a watch floor where you're sitting there for 12 hours every day, watching, you know, looking out for the enemy and doing work and stuff. So like, we ended up closing the door all the time, and we would just go crazy. And we would do crazy stuff. We made a fridge out of a lunchbox that would like blow air into it. Yeah, and but when we first started, there was like no memes anywhere. And then slowly over time, like something would happen, or I'd say something stupid, and like I'd come into work the next day, and there was a meme template on the wall, where it's like, I'm trying to think of some of them. There was a lot of good ones. Oh, is it like the hanging neck one, where it was like Sergeant Rei getting shit on by the officers.
Oh God.
And it was like the guy crying, and then it was like Navy intel professionals first time, you know. Yeah.
That reminds me of something. I'm sorry. We've been doing too much military talk, but there is a bit of a trend. There is a bit of a trend within commie Twitter where some communist will ask their followers what will be their job under the commune once communism or socialism takes over and shit. And my only answer to that is being a commissar. If you don't know what a commissar is, it's the political core of the Soviet military.
Yeah, that sounds right for you. Yeah.
It's taken control, and like the commissariat has been a thing in a lot of socialist nations. It's the political officer corps of the military that tries to keep the military ideologically consistent with communism, Marxist-Leninism, and all that shit.
Yeah, I have a feeling if you didn't take that job, then the person who did would have been fighting you every single day. Y'all would have been just arguing the whole time.
I need to be the commissar. I need to be the commissar, though. Like, I can shoot 9 times out of 10 a target from 500 yards away. 9 times out of 10, I can shoot a target from 9 yards away, and also I talk to people about communism non-fucking stop.
Yeah,
I
I'd
need
say.
to be a commissar. After the revolution, I'll be a fucking commissar.
Well, damn.
So they use
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I gotta use the bathroom like a motherfucker. Okay, so if you guys want to carry this for a little bit,
Go ahead.
thank you.
I'll tolerate it.
Be right back, chat.
Real quick.
Okay.
Shit, what was I gonna say?
Okay, I'll say something.
Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say. You say something, yeah.
Did I tell you about the sapper class they gave us? Like the Navy sapper class? So like, you know, when in the Marines, it's just like, they're just like, hey, don't do that to people. You need to have consent. The Navy has a whole video where it's like, you and your friend are coming home and they're drunk.
Hey, don't rape people, by the way. Don't rape people.
Yeah.
That's all sapper class is.
Yeah.
Don't rape people, dumbasses, motherfuckers. Don't be our fucking rapist. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
It's called like consent tea. So it's like just because your friend, they replace sex with tea. They're like, just because your friend wanted sex or wanted tea earlier and they're sleeping doesn't mean you just pour tea into their mouth. You know, like it's like
okay,
like
I've heard that analogy.
Yeah.
I've heard that analogy before. Yeah.
But there's a
it's
video.
It's a good analogy.
It's hilarious.
It's a good analogy, but the way that they present it is just so cringe.
Yeah,
it's so cringe. God
that's what was so
damn.
funny.
It's a good analogy, but it's so cringe. God fucking damn. Like, just tell people not to rape people. Just say being a rapist is fucking dumb as shit, and you're a piece of shit if you rape anyone.
I agree.
You're absolutely a piece of shit if you rape anyone, dumbasses. I don't know. What the fuck? What the fuck else do you want me to say? Rape is shitty. It's fucking horrible.
Stories. I'm always drunk most of the time. Right? So.
Was I right in the middle of Nath the whole entire time?
Yeah.
Ah.
You were in the corner.
Oh,
Kinda, a little bit. You kind of like phased through me and then went into the corner. But also, we were just saying that rape is really fucking shit, and you shouldn't be a rapist.
Yeah, I agree with that. You definitely shouldn't do the R word at all. You know.
Yeah.
We're
I forgot this happened.
I don't know if that's TOS. I don't know if that word's TOS. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, seeing this will be my last stream, you know. No,
This is not gonna be your last stream, Heavy.
I'm fucking
No
with you
one's
guys.
gonna report you. No one's
Watch
gonna
this mass report.
you. You're good.
All 4 viewers just.
If anything, Heavy, you're gonna get reported for my nuanced view on the Russian-Ukraine conflict.
Could you imagine?
Aren't you
That's it.
stream to, and you should know the most important rule of Twitch is that don't no balls the chat. The chat is always out.
Oh, yeah.
against
Oh,
the
for sure.
streamer.
Oh, for sure. You never want to test that one.
Dude, I love how when I was in Sasebo, like we would be watching Nate's stream and we would joke about how white Nate is.
Oh, yeah.
Lock his door at night.
That was so silly.
Told me this
We
story.
always be wilding in his chat. It's you remember us like making fun of you? We were talking about with you. We're in your chat. We were messing with you, saying like, Nick so white.
Both of you motherfuckers. What the fuck?
Shit's too fun. It's too fun. Plus, your chat has that curse, that spelling curse. I swear. The grammar curse. I swear.
No one will ever spell an entire message in my chat correctly. There has to be at least one typo.
There is something about that chat room.
So I've known you guys for years, and if you've noticed, my typing when I text has never improved, and I have no idea why I text so
You
shitty.
misspell everything. You misspell everything.
all the time. I think it's ADHD. I'm just too
It's
fast.
moving
for
too
my
fast.
brain.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
patient zero. You're patient zero for my chat's curse. Ray is patient zero.
It's the one
for my
that started
chat's
it, you
curse.
know.
I'm so bad. This is good clarification. Actually, I want to know this now. So, like, as a viewer of your streams, would you consider me a good viewer with how much I blow up your chats?
Yes.
Like, is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? Was that,
no.
considered a good or bad thing?
Hold up. It's a good thing because I stream so that I have the interaction with people. I stream because I crave that human attention and interaction, and I want to just talk with people.
Mm.
And that's what makes me happy, and that's why I continue to stream. And it's been popping off a little bit recently.
It has.
I'm
I've
getting
seen.
pretty
Yeah.
Close to that. I'm getting pretty close to that affiliate status, and that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Consistency
but-
is what it's about.
We got Luke sitting here. Yo, Luke sitting. You still here? Hey, yo. go follow Nate. We need everyone. We need everyone. Okay.
NATH 1917. NATH 1917. That's
There
my
you go,
Twitch
people.
channel.
Go follow him. He's close. Okay.
Play that real quick.
This man's right here scared me because he texted me earlier about this, and he's like NATH, like Nate. You know, your
Stream name it.
Oh, yeah.
plug into the plugin. But like,
Well, okay.
I've
I
always
wanna
seen it
talk
as
about this.
NATE, so I was like, Nath, who the
I
fuck
want to
is
talk about
Who's
this. real-
Nath?
Like, wait a minute.
Talk about this. Ray, I want to actually talk about this real quick. So Nath is like the gender neutral pseudo name that I've come up with to like
Oh, okay. So I'll start calling you Nate.
to be more non-binary or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. I don't need to prove that I'm non-binary to anyone. I don't care. But Nath just isn't Nate. It's not Nathan. It's just like, hey, it's a random collection of words that relates to the name that I've been referred to my entire life that I still kind of like. You can still call me Nate. I'm still cool with being called Nate, but like Nath is just me expressing my gender a little more, you know?
Well, what
Oh,
part do you
okay.
like Nate
Oh.
more, right?
A little more. A little more.
Why? Then I'm calling you Nate. It's settled.
Yeah, I kind of
All
figured
right,
it too,
appreciate
cause
that. I appreciate that.
I thought you had like corrected me one time or something, or I thought that we talked the first time when you were on the Redcast. I think we had like that discussion. And you were like talking about that, and that's why I was like always Nath, like lean towards Nath, not Nate now.
It is. It doesn't. It is. It's not. It's not like a huge deal or
Mhm.
anything. I still go by Nate IRL. I'm still cool with Nate. Like Nate is a name that I have internalized and fully accept. Nath is just my first real foray into like making an identity for myself that I'm very comfortable with. So I'm cool with Nate or Nath. Nathan is kind of fucking shit. I don't really
Yeah.
like being called Nathan. So people that call me Nathan on stream, fuck you. but,
Damn.
but yeah. It's just that it's me trying to reconcile my own identity with the identity that I've just sort of accepted for my entire life. And Nath is there for that.
Gotcha. Okay. Huh. Some backstory there.
So speaking of identities,
Yeah.
Nate loves backstory. Nate loves backstories. They're always doing the
I
backstories.
do. I do.
So, but speaking of identities, I'm actually having a problem at work right now, because like my Marines have started to call me Ray, like
Oh.
instead of my actual name. Yeah, and
Like, oh.
I'm like, how do you guys know this name? Like, they're like, well, you got drunk and like just so you know, like, Sergeant, like me, and Ray, they were like Sergeant and Ray, two completely different people. One's a depressed, sad fuck boy, and one's like this great, lovable, funny, hype person. And so my Marines now say I have a alter ego. But so like I get called Ray. It causes
Fair
problems because
enough.
like someone will call me Ray, and I'm just like, oh hey, what's up? And I'm like, wait, bitch, I'm a fucking sergeant for you, you know?
Like, wait a minute.
Like, I'm not your friend, I'm your boss. Yeah, you know.
Mm. I definitely feel that like I definitely feel some similarities to that to what you were saying though about that switch. Is like when I'm sober, I am way more like calm, tame, kind of like down energy. Not really somebody you want to be hanging out with, like, to have fun and be hype and shit, right? But like when I'm drunk, I am wild. That's a whole different person. That's a completely separate man with his own life, and he does a lot of shit that I would never even think about doing. So I totally get that switch, and I think
I
it's
relate
have
to
a
that
picture of
for
me.
sure.
So I think the sketchiest thing. So like this happened in Sassville allegedly, and after this I was like, yep,
allegedly.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm taking a break from drinking for the rest of the weekend, because I woke up in the morning, and in the boys' apartment, like my friend's apartment, and he was like, hey, check your phone. And I was like, why? He's like, look at the photos. And there's a picture of me hanging from a 7-story balcony.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck?
Yeah, exactly. That was me. I was like, when and why did this happen? And he's like, that's not even the worst
Holy
part.
shit.
He's like, the worst part is we were singing Jumper, and I was like, we
Mm.
saw me and you didn't like pull me in anything. What?
Ray.
I did it for the
How
meme.
many,
I think.
how many
He
times?
said I did it for the
how
meme.
many times?
I'm about to say, what's that liar?
How many times do I have to be like sad that you almost were in a
Or something.
near-death experience, or actually were in a near-death
did.
experience because
did.
you were drunk? Ray, Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm still here.
Like,
I mean,
you somehow survive the
epic stories and
craziest
epic
near-death
pictures.
experiences. But it worries me, Ray. It worries me. Holy shit.
I'm just a thrill
It
seeker.
worries me. Jesus
I don't know.
fucking Christ. I love you to death. You're my best friend in the whole fucking world. but you worry the fuck out of me sometimes, Ray. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, you're way better than me. I can't even do the giant drop at fucking Six Flags. Like, fuck all that. You over here taking off a 7-story buildings and shit. Like,
Oh,
this.
no, it's like a sober me would have never done that. I would have been like, nope, no thanks. But I'm just sitting there. I'm smiling. I'm like doing a one hand. I like.
Oh my god, dude. Must have been so much anxiety for your friend. Like, yo.
Well,
Fucking hell.
that's what I was asking him. I was like, dude, like, when did this occur to you that this is like, did it ever occur to you that that's probably a bad idea? Like, what would you do if like I happened to fall? You know, like,
Fucking Christ.
I feel like knowing you were probably persistent. And you're like, no, I can do this. Oh, watch. It's like persistent. Like, no,
100%.
stop
Okay,
trying to stop me.
Ray,
what?
Ray, being as close to you as I am, I don't know if I'd be alive if you died. Just
I don't.
saying.
I'm not gonna.
I don't know if I'd
It was a
stick
joke.
around if you died. Just saying.
Sheesh.
Just like
Thanks,
don't,
man.
don't
No
fucking-
pressure.
Yeah, put
no
that on you
pressure,
real
Ray,
quick,
but,
yeah.
Don't fucking kill
Yeah.
yourself. Don't kill yourself is what I'm saying.
That's a
Don't
pretty good
fucking kill
message. Yeah,
yourself.
and that goes for everybody out here. Hey, don't
Yeah.
kill yourself. All right.
Yeah, don't. Hey, suicide
There's
is
other-
not
fucking
bad.
kill
There's other
yourself,
things to kill
Twitch
you. All right,
chat.
you don't have to do it yourself.
Don't
All right.
kill yourself, Twitch
Yeah.
chat.
Phone a
This
friend.
world's crazy enough.
Kidding. Don't kill
The
yourself.
the world, while it's super fucked up, does have insane potential to be incredible, okay? I've realized this through my own fucking journey. No matter how fucked up the world is, there is room for it to still be great and incredible and amazing and fun and whatever the fuck other adjective that I can't even think of right now.
Yeah,
The
and also,
world
by the
is
way,
beautiful.
all these stunts and everything we're talking about, that's all in GTA. All right. If you want to do that stuff, go
Yeah,
drive a car up a wall in
yeah,
GTA.
Minecraft.
Don't
Minecraft servers.
you know grind the rails on a.
Hey, get heavy affiliate.
Anyways,
and, he'll buy
anyways.
Minecraft server.
Anyways.
Things in, you know.
Anyways, the world is actually
that's right.
incredible once you
I can
give
still call you
yourself
heavy,
enough room.
Yeah.
You okay with that? Yeah. I'm OG, all right.
I completely forget that like this is Henry Red now instead of Heavy Red. So I completely forget that.
They changed it. So like you can so like for example, like remember like the old school user tags where it's like the purple, the orange and stuff?
Mm.
They just added a new update to where in your settings you can change the nameplate's opacity and everything. So like I have it looking like real OG again, like it used to.
Ah,
'cause I
nice,
think it
okay.
looks better with like an opacity. Yeah. Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, it's all good.
Alright.
What's up?
Message is, don't you dare fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, I got you. Loud
I,
and clear.
think he has that. I think he has
There we
that.
go.
It's just
There
that
we go.
that drunk him.
It's
That's
actually
that,
really good.
that fucking
Yeah.
drunk guy.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like, so like, I mean, the rehab actually really worked, with the alcohol too, because like, they were like, wow, this dude needs therapy, bad, and so like my rehab just turned into therapy sessions or whatever, and I can actually officially say I don't hate myself as much as I used to the point where I was blacking out every night in VR. I actually have not blacked out yet since I've been off ship, so doing really good.
That's
Yeah, I'm
better
still
than me,
drinking, but-
honestly. Jesus.
Which I think
I
is a
blacked
big
out
deal
last
because
night.
like I'm not over here sucking myself off, but like I'm kind of known. Like people hang out with me to drink, right? That's like what I'm known for in VR chat. And
right,
like
right.
the fact that I haven't like, you know, that's what I take pride and joy in. And like me being like histrionic, like needing attention and stuff. Like it's very interesting that I'm like able to stay pretty solid on this one. Like to know that like it doesn't matter. They don't care if you drink this much. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to. I think like finding the root of why you drink. So for me, a lot of my drinking came from self-hate and from not wanting to fucking be here and feeling like I'm cursed and all of these things. And now that I have some, self love, I just alcohol doesn't even taste that good, y'all. Like, what,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Heavy, real quick. I just wanted to say, I think just us three fucking around and talking fucking nonsense. I think
This
this
is great.
I think this is gonna beat out the podcast that we had that ended up being like 4 or 5 hours long. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we are actually going to go on longer than that. I was talking about communism for like 4 hours in that podcast. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
this one's gonna fucking beat it out.
But that's the thing. That's the thing about my podcast is like I don't want to like have it so that it's always one way, right? I want it to be like a random surprise. You don't know like if it's gonna be a long conversation about politics and that's it, or if it's gonna be like somebody comes in like Snow, fucking doing some ridiculous shit, right? Reading off poems and fucking making sounds, right? Yeah, like fucking going wild. So that's the type of environment I want. I want a wild one, you know. I don't want no normal ass shit. So,
Hell yeah.
so yeah.
So,
But yeah,
speaking of your
I was gonna speak on
podcast,
something.
I really appreciate. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna. I forgot it though. That was. That's why I didn't get to
You
that.
have an amazing
so
podcast.
I'll give you a
Heavy.
minute.
You have
Thank
an
you,
amazing
thank you.
podcast.
So I don't think you realize. So like, two things I noticed. You can really help progress yourself if you cut yourself off social internet wise. So like, cause I didn't have the internet for 2 months and I made a lot of big progress there. But oh my God, Heavy, I just want to thank you so much. I don't even think you know how much your podcast that we did last time, like just getting to tell me like, hey, like people care about me, and just having a recorded video of like getting to hear my friends' voices, like
Mm.
really hooked me up in the middle of the ocean, on some lonely nights.
Oh, for sure. But it was like because you were talking in a certain way, and I'm like, this
Yeah, I
is
know.
the opposite of like what
love
everybody
this.
around you is like. Everybody around you like displays and says and everything about you. It's like this guy, you have to know, man. Like you have to know. People care about you, bro. Like.
So I actually got with I was saying the therapy stuff. I'm actually it's not official yet, but they're assuming that I am histrionic, which is like because it's only like 2% or like something like that of the population has this, and it's like so some people like do a lot of repression and stuff, or like they go the opposite of what's happening to them. So like for example, someone who is abused as a child, like I was, typically they get angry and cut themselves off from the world. Whereas I went histrionic and I kept trying to seek that attention and that validation and all that stuff from people. So that's why I'm so like outgoing and crazy and needy and all these things that I'm sure I'm probably not like to the level that I think I am in my head.
Mm.
Like if you notice, I don't say sorry as much anymore and stuff.
I think I'm the opposite there because I just really fucking
Yeah, like I
hate
said, this
my
one's
dad.
rare.
I just really fucking hate my dad. He's such a fucking piece of shit. He's literally trying to get my mom to
No,
kill
so
herself.
I'm not
because of
saying
the
the
divorce.
parents.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
just like
I'm
in
saying
general, like
you-
to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in general, like you're
Mm.
trying to fill that void.
Fair
with-
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So.
But also, fuck my dad. He's such
Yeah,
a piece of shit.
I mean,
I think
I'm
Nathan's
not,
gonna
I'm
shy
not
away
fucking
from a
your
chance
dad.
to.
Sorry. No, just,
I mean, how much you paying? I don't know.
I don't think $20 is $20. No, it's fine.
continues.
It's just I think what's so great about like being in this podcast and being with these people that I'm with now, like y'all, is like we're just real with each other. We know like we're not gonna be judged for what we're saying or anything. Like, yeah, we'll debate things or whatever, but like in the end, we're all just like really good friends.
No,
And,
yeah, yeah,
I think that's awesome.
yeah. That's definitely the
It's,
vibe. Is
uh,
like
it's
just
insane.
relax, just
Yeah.
like relax. So don't
One of
feel
the things,
pressured.
I don't remember where I learned it
What?
from.
What?
But like
okay.
someone told me something very important, and I always kind of liked how the saying goes, and it goes along the lines of like, if you can sit in a room with someone in silence and be comfortable, then that is a good person to you, right? Like if you're in a room with someone and you feel like you have to talk or you have to like not make it awkward, then like that ain't it, chief. That ain't it, chief. You ain't as close to them as you think you are.
Mm.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I,
That's,
I, I just wanna I want to challenge something that you have said recently though, really quick, if
Who,
that's
me?
okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, it is
So
okay.
so
You
you
have to ask.
said you have said that you're not allowed to have a family.
Oh, so
And
yeah, that's a delusion I have. I don't want to. I mean, we
mm,
can talk about it, whatever.
the only thing I want to say about it, the only thing I want to say about it is you know me.
Yeah, I know.
You know I'm never gonna abandon you.
I
You
know.
know
You
I
do.
will be I will be the family that you think you don't deserve or you think you can never have or whatever the fuck. I will always
Okay.
be there, Ray. And you know that.
I know. I told you you're my
And
best friend because I hold that higher
I
regards
know,
than
I
family.
know, I know, I know.
Brittle bones, Nicky.
I will always be your brittle bones, Nicky. I wanted to challenge that a little bit with you because
I think Heavy needs some backstory on
that's
that. Like,
I'm
oh
about to
you know,
cry.
okay.
you
What
want
the
to know?
You
fuck?
really want to?
Yeah, it's so
go ahead,
beautiful. What the fuck?
Yeah. So the
Damn
Ray
it.
stories, yeah.
Ray
We were
has
supposed to.
a
We were
lot
supposed
of
to do.
bad baggage when it comes to family.
So I explained because we never did the podcast actually. Because I remember I was supposed to tell you like my story, so you kind of get to know like how whatever why I'm a
Mm.
sad boy or whatever. But the story behind this one is like this is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound crazy. But basically
Oh, because those other stories weren't.
I'm pretty sure I'm like cursed to I have like a generational curse or something like to not have a family, and I do believe it like 100%. Um,
You know,
that
I'll
I
always be
need to
family, Ray.
be. Yeah, I know. I just let me don't say that. You're my
Yeah,
best friend.
yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah. Sorry,
if
sorry,
you're my
sorry.
family, but anyways, um, damn, I'm locking up. Let me take a shot first. Let's take
Yeah,
a
all
shot.
right. All right.
Okay.
Loosen up the throat, you know. Some lubrication.
Yeah. Need some hydration.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers.
I'm about to pour it out. Y'all are so much faster than I am.
Drink straight from the bottle. What are you doing with
Christ.
glasses still? What the hell are you?
Yeah.
Not professional
Ew.
drink.
I
Hello?
did pour out shot glasses,
What are you
motherfucker.
doing?
They said,
Okay.
I drink. I drink
Cheers,
alcohol.
motherfucker. All right, let's go.
Yeah, that's me every time I talk to my family. Well, like like my adopted family or whatever, or like I'll try to correct or something, and they're like, "Wow, the alcoholic's preaching now," But yeah. Who let the alcoholic say so? But so this curse thing, right? So I'm just gonna go out with it. It's gonna sound crazy. So when I was younger, I don't know what my parents were. I was really young, but my real dad like used to do like these rituals and stuff, and like he would like lay me on symbols and do these rituals and things that I don't really remember. It's like very repressed, but like these are a lot of things that I from my past that I've learned about haven't come from me. Like they've been told to me through like other family members and like my therapist I had from a while ago, or like my caseworker, and like looking into like court documents.
Yeah, people around that would
evidence
know.
and
Pretty
stuff.
similar
Yeah.
to this is pretty similar to my experience as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were telling me
But
a bit about yours with Mormonism, so definitely have the lowdown on your
Yeah,
story.
but people
Yeah.
people had to tell me about shit after the fact for me to
But
have any memory about this shit.
yeah,
But
it's
continue,
crazy
sorry.
because you hear that shit, you'll hear some shit, and or like, well, it doesn't really happen anymore. I kind of got the whole stories now, and I remember a lot as I get older. But yeah, it's crazy because like someone will tell you something like, yeah, you don't remember like this happened to you. I remember this vividly, and I'm just like, what? Stop fucking with me. Like you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You know? Yeah. But so anyways, I think that where that's come from, and it's kind of followed me my whole life. So my mom kidnapped us, me, my two sisters, and my brother. Um, we got kicked off a Greyhound, ended up in Mississippi, married a crackhead, That was good. We got a whole family out of that. That was, I mean, marrying crackhead was good. No,
Oh.
that was good for a while, and then but I mean, there was a lot of abuse and stuff that went on there. Then I'm not gonna get into the details because I'm just talking about the curse.
Mm.
Um, so they ended up leaving us. This is where I think my histrionic stuff comes from because I have like abandonment issues. So like my parents literally left me, my two brothers, or my two sisters and my brother on the side of a road in a car. Like we had no more options. Like they left us in a car. Like, hey, my dad was like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some gas, because we're out of gas. And he left. And then like 3 hours later, my mom was like, hey, I'll be back. I'm gonna go find your dad. And so I'm sitting there like for a day and a half, like with these kids, and like you're probably wondering like, why didn't you just get out? Like we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't know where we are, and like I'm explaining to them like, hey, like don't worry, like mom and dad are gonna be back soon, Oh, I'm hungry. Like don't worry, they'll be back soon. Like just sleep, like
Mm.
just that was me. That I was that kid. But they never came back. Police officer came eventually and freaking you know from there went to my grandparents' house on my mom's side that time. They got caught, went to prison. Went to my
Ah.
grandparents' house on my mom's side. Um, a lot of things happened there. And then we went to foster care. So got completely separated from the family now. Went through multiple homes. My sister killed herself, and then I got separated from my other sister. And then I was about to grow up out of the system because I was getting older. But ended up getting back in touch with the family from Mississippi somehow. So me and my brother and my sister went there, but then we got separated from our sister again, and me and my brother got adopted into that. But then that separated and got torn apart through divorce like 2 years ago. And now my brother's kind of homeless, an addict, and that's why he's always asking for money, and I just
Mm.
have to be like, I can't give you money, because I've done everything I could to help them. I've literally like offered to fly him to Japan, and he could come live in my apartment, get a house, get clean. Like I will hook you up. I will
Yeah.
adopt you, bro. Like I will hook you up. Doesn't want to do it. Um, so that happened, and then so now I really have like no family, and now I'm getting divorced too, and it's just I think I'm just destined to be alone is where that kind of comes from all the shit
It
that's happened in
definitely
my life.
sounds fucked up.
destined to be
Well, yeah, I
alone.
know. It's just
You're not
I know it's
destined
just
to be alone.
it's really
It just
easy to
ended up
tell
being a
yourself
really
that
fucked up
when all these things,
situation.
Well, I
the
can.
people who care about you the
Right,
most,
right. All up. You're not destined to be alone.
One sec,
No
my cat's
one's
scratching on the door.
Mm.
okay.
I'm listening. I'll listen first. No one's destined to be alone.
Um. So I wanna get into a situation that I don't remember, but
Let me
was
feel my cat's.
told to me by the perpetrators of the situation. Um, Back when I was very, very young, my family had to live in my dad's parents' house, in my grandparents' house. Um, and apparently, while I was there, I made a huge mess because I wasn't fucking potty trained in the bathroom. This is getting close to where I was actually potty trained, but I guess not completely. And this is something that my parents bring up because they want to apologize to me for it. However, I know when apology is authentic, and I also know that the apology is inauthentic when my dad is trying to literally kill my mom. literally trying to kill my mother by making her life as miserable as possible so that she'll kill herself. My dad is a fucking piece of shit.
Sounds like it.
I hate that I'm fucking employed by him right now. He is such a fucking piece of shit. He's a narcissistic. He's a narcissist who has oftentimes tried to tell me that he's sorry for the things that he put me through when I was growing up. However, has never actually taken any responsibility for anything. And he knows that he fucked me up. He knows that he fucked me up in a lot of fucking ways.
Yeah, I feel like that's even with what's happening right now, like you're saying, like I'm not sure how he's doing it or what he's saying or anything like that, but it definitely sounds like you're coming from a wild ass situation, and I'm not too sure how many people are. Tell me that again.
I hate him. I hate him. There's no chance in hell that I will ever say that any part of me loves my father.
That's fair enough.
Is everything that I stand against. Even politically, like we can get into political shit. I'm not gonna get into political shit now. Like, he knows I stand against everything he stands for politically. I fucking hate him. Personally and politically. He is a worthless piece of human garbage.
Oh yeah, I can understand that.
He physically abused me. Beyond anything that I can fucking try to fucking comprehend or try to fucking like I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't fucking diagnose shit, but like I am who I am. And the shitty parts of who I am are because of this man that raised me. In a lot of ways. I'm gonna blame it on him because he deserves it. I try to be as good of a person as I can. But the upbringing that I fucking experienced doesn't fucking align with that. I didn't know
That's
what
what
a
makes you better.
non-binary person. Yeah. I didn't know what a non-binary person was until I realized I was non-binary.
So
and
one
that
thing I
all
think
that
you
all
need
it took was not being exposed to his bullshit nonsense for long enough to realize that I don't care about gender.
I think a lot of
He's such a fucking terrible person.
I think a
He's
lot
such
of
a
older
fucking
people
terrible
and a
person.
lot of our parents and stuff are kind of locked in that type of mindset, though, that there's only two. There's not really anything else you can do.
Not like
Yeah,
him.
there's
Not
shit
like him.
It's a
Not
very
like him.
much.
Not like him. Not like him. Not like him.
I
Not
mean,
like
okay,
him.
I'll put it this way, right?
I promise you, not like him.
My mom is way more
I
accepting
know
of
the world's
people.
fucked up.
My mom went to a very liberal, college. She has a very liberal mind. She's accepting of everybody. But even when she was giving me the talk, right, she sat me down and she gave me the talk of like, listen, son, the world is going to be this way and the world's going to be that way. If you are gay, just let me know. And even in that moment, I can tell she's stuck in her ways.
Hold up. I have another non-binary sibling of mine who has been actively discriminated against by him. Which is why I'm not gonna fucking talk to him about it.
That's fair enough.
He actively just hates queer people. He fucking hates queer people. He's such a fucking shithead. He's trying to get my mom to fucking kill herself because he wants to be fucking right about whatever the fuck about the fucking divorce. He wants to be right about the divorce, so he wants queer to be people to fucking kill themselves, even if it means his own children. He's such a fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate him. I cannot fucking stand this motherfucker.
You wanna drink some alcohol to help the inside boo boos, or
I think that's why they are letting the boo boos out. Something I want to say to you, Nate, that I'm so good at giving you advice, I just can't follow it. It seems to be like that for everyone.
yeah, but I'd say everybody kind of.
One thing I've
Kind of learned is, through all the shit I went through, is like what was done to you and what is going on around you and things that were forced upon you.
What was
Please
done to
just let
me?
me finish. Like this trauma you're going through, this like this is traumatizing, this is fucked up. But that doesn't, like, your dad, like, doing these things or like stuff that happened to you when you're younger doesn't define who you are. Like you were saying, like, the stuff that happened to you makes the shitty sides of you. It's not that you have shitty sides, it just happens to be how your body copes with traumatizing things that were done to you. Just because these stuff like that happens doesn't make you a shitty person.
He threw me around.
It makes
He
you
threw me around.
better.
Right? He threw me around. He physically threw me around whenever I disagreed with him.
Mhm.
Threw me around so that I would agree with him, so that he could establish physical power over me.
And there's no excuse for his actions at all, right? I mean, I
Oh,
don't think
no,
anybody's
100%.
ever gonna be on his side and
There's
say like
not.
it's okay
There's
what he
not.
did,
I
right?
know.
Nobody is, but like Ray is
I
saying,
know,
like
but
that's
he's
something that
never
you
gonna face
don't have to
actual
let define you,
consequences for it. Okay, one sec. My mom related to my father's sisters as the first sisters that she ever had, because she was the only girl in an all man family. She really related to them, and they were the sisters that she needed. And once the divorce was announced, my dad cut off all communication between her and her sisters-in-law, which were the only sisters she ever had in her life. He has actively tried to kill off my mother. That is his goal. She wants her to die so that he can have all the rights over his own children, when he is the motivating force behind the fucking divorce that my mom pushed for. He is such a fucking piece of shit.
that sounds like an asshole.
He is such a
So-
piece of shit. I'm just saying, him trying to kill my mom makes me fucking furious. I want to beat the shit out of him.
That
I want
sounds
to
fair.
beat the fucking shit out of him. He's gonna fucking try and kill my mother. I will fucking kill him before he does that. I will kill him before he kills my mother.
Well, hey, maybe you can, ask Ray to bring some stuff back for you. Help you out. I mean, sounds like a big job.
1917, fucking ban me on Twitch. I don't care. I'm literally
Yeah,
Nate,
yeah.
1917.
Yeah, it won't be you,
Fucking
it'd be
ban
me,
on
but-
Twitch. I don't care.
But
I
anyways,
want
Nate,
to kill
Nate.
my father so that he doesn't
Nate.
end up killing my mom.
Nate.
Listen.
What's up?
That's fair, right? But the best thing you can do, that's not going to fix anything, right? If anything, that's going to make things worse. What
Can we burn
I
his
would do
thumbs down, though?
personally. Burn his what?
Burn his house down since he moved out?
No. Not yet. No. We have to.
I'd say you probably don't want to put the plans online, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm being recorded right now. Yeah, I'm thinking about these things. No. So, all right. The best thing you can do, I think, is
I want him to
just
die.
be there for your mom.
I want him to die.
wanting him to die, sure, and hating him, sure, but I mean, it's not gonna fix anything. It's just gonna
Being
put
there
the
for my
seed in
mom has only proven
hatred
how
inside of
much
you.
he deserves to die. Like, talking to my mom about this shit is just showing me how much he really fucking deserves to die. He tried.
There's a lot of people in this world that.
No, hold up. Hold up. He tried to get me into
Can I move this? Does this move?
programs.
I don't think
He
this
tried to
one
get me
does,
into
but you
programs
can try.
that would deprogram
That's
me
not bad.
from like certain addictions that I had that he felt like needed addressed.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nonsense. It was complete fucking nonsense the entire time. And now he's trying to do the same thing to my mother. And he's using it in a weaponized way to literally try to fucking kill her. I'm not gonna fucking stand by when it comes to that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
love my mom.
But you
I
can't
love her.
be
I love
know
my mom.
you do, Nate.
I love my
know you
mom.
do. I know, it's good. I'm happy for you. What I'm saying is, when this type of situation, though, you need to be non-proactive. You can't be walking around saying, I'm gonna kill my dad, I hate my dad. No, you can hate him, whatever you say, but you can't be like
I'm gonna kill my dad one
posting
of these
murderous
days.
intent online.
I need to kill him one of these days. I really need to kill him one of these days. He deserves it. How fucked up he made my childhood? Of course he fucking deserves it. He made me scared.
Mm-hmm.
He made me scared and miserable for most of my life.
And I'm sorry.
He made me scared and miserable for most of my life. He deserves death. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna shoot him one day.
Well, like I said before, you probably don't want to give out the plan online.
Yeah.
Maybe, afterwards. But but anyways, I think we've had a pretty long conversation here.
Government officials. This isn't gonna be viewed by government officials.
I mean, never say
we're
never.
too soft for that. We're too
Thank you,
soft for that.
thank you for that. But but yo, I think we've had a long conversation. It's been a minute here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plus, I just want to give you a hug. Nick.
Yeah,
Like, come
lay
here,
off.
come here. Like, listen, I had daddy issues too. My dad was in jail pretty much my whole fucking life, so I got a lot of pent up anger for that motherfucker, and he died before I could do shit. So, so trust
My
me,
dad was
I got.
fucking white and did this shit. My dad was fucking white and did this
Okay,
shit.
I'm gonna acknowledge that because that kind of sounds fucked up. All right.
Fucking motherfucker.
Anyways,
That couldn't deal with
thank
any
you.
adversity whatsoever.
Thank you, Nate, for joining me on this stream. Ray, you as well. I've had a lot of fun.
Thank you.
This has been
Thank
a
you.
very emotional roller coaster, I gotta say, and some great stories I've been told. Definitely should do it again. I think that every now and then having you guys on here, I think it's a great thing. To be honest with you, I never feel like I'm pushing for content or anything. So no. So, I mean, people, we letting out all this fucking emotions and shit, bro. Like, obviously you're gonna be passionate about it. But, anyways, like I said.
White people fucking suck. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ, you're
White
white.
people
It
fucking
is.
suck. Even in this country that is predominantly white people, they fucking suck.
Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Nath, you do stream. You stream every fucking day. So you definitely shout
I
yourself
do
out here.
stream most days.
You've already shouted yourself out, but
Nath 1917. If you want to follow me there.
currently playing Disco Elysium
That's what I do.
with fucking
I am
awesome
playing
ass streamer.
More and more Disco
So go check him
Elysium.
out. So go check him out. A variety streamer. He watches a lot of React content, and he actually listens to your suggestions when you guys post the YouTube link. So definitely go check him out.
I do.
Because you won't get
He's
that from
playing
this
with
channel. So.
fire. Dangerous game.
and then Ray 94.
Then Ray, I was gonna ask you about that. Like, why?
Ray
Like, you
_24.
started
So,
streaming,
yeah,
but
Yeah, I left for a deployment, so I couldn't.
fair enough.
honestly. But
Fair enough.
yeah, once I get in Cali, or like real soon, once I move out of this place, 100%.
Can't even get back
every
to it. Okay, so it's gonna be the same,
Ideas, yeah.
the same Ray _ 94. Okay, so yeah, when Ray starts popping off, yo, I better follow.
Oh, we already know what's popping. All right, we already know.
But anyways, all right. Well, that's it for us. Good night, everybody. We out of here. See y'all next time.
Losers, hey, well, hold up before you end the stream. Before you end the stream.
Right.
Motherfucker, follow heavy, motherfucker. Right
6 away from 50.
Do it right now. Follow Heavy so that Heavy can get affiliate status before I do. Heavy deserves
No, never.
affiliate status before I
No,
do.
never. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
All right. Let me just let that run off. Whenever that stops, then we know we're off.
Hey, Evie, you really do deserve it more than I do.
I feel like I gotta work on
I've been
my
doing
shit
my
because
thing. I've been doing my thing, but like I'm dumb as shit. You really do deserve affiliate before I do.
I would rather like
think
help
that you
other
should go
people and stuff like
first.
that. Like when I first got into streaming, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna learn this, and I'm gonna be really into it and all that stuff. And then like I realized like myself, my like how I operate just doesn't mesh with streaming every day or streaming consistently and all that stuff. So instead, I started seeing some of my friends start streaming, and like I really want to be supportive to like all of my friends. So I always go to your stream whenever I see it on, whenever I just like are on Twitch. I always pop yours open, and I always have you in the like tab or whatever. And like I want to be able to understand all this shit too, so I can actually be like, if you ask a question about this or that, I can be like, yo, I know how to do that. Let me help you with that, right? So I always mess around with this and mess around with different elements. So.
You are closer than you think to getting Twitch affiliate.
I would, I actually had a.
All you require is 8 hours of streaming.
I know.
And
I know.
having 3 people watching on average, and having 50 followers. And
I had
you're
I had a Twitch
close.
channel
You
before.
deserve it.
I had one before
You
called.
deserve it.
I had one before called Over Ken 10, and that one got to like 48. So I know like, all the goals and stuff, because I was sitting there like, I'm so close, this damn close. I'm telling everybody in the Uber rides and shit to like go and like, follow me and all this, right? I'm like trying to have fun with it and everything. So I did have like a run before with Twitch, and I almost got to affiliate. But yeah, this one is just more chill. This one, I'm not Uber driving anymore, so it's like, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go for it. I heard Nath was telling me that there's a way though, like where like every time like your stream would come up, like let's say you start streaming, like mine can automatically broadcast your stream.
Yeah,
to my
hosting.
channel.
Yeah, so there's like a list of like channels you can say to host.
I
Yeah,
gotta do the auto
and
hosting.
I can do that.
Okay, hold. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let me put these cameras up.
you don't have to ask permission, bro.
I
Just
know.
speak what's on
I
your
know.
mind.
I
Unless
know.
it's fascist
I know.